What it is. Oh, what's so? I said what it is. I said what's so. I said what it is. I said what's so. I said what it is. I said what's so. Yo, what is good? Welcome back to one of the dopest shows on YouTube where we talk about everything under the sun as long as we get back to the money, real conversations, and real solutions. I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar. Listen, man, we got some fire topics for y'all tonight. I am hyped. I'm lit. I'm turned the fuck up. Listen, I got a lot of topics for y'all tonight, bro. I'm telling you, I got a lot of topics for y'all tonight. But before we dive into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure you hit that bell notification, dog, because it's going to help the type of people like you find my content. So that way we can rock out and continue to build and grow this earn not giving community. You feel me? So listen. I got a special guest coming on tonight. We gonna get there, but it's a guy that I know. He's been doing a lot of debate. You know, if you guys know who the Andrew Wilsons are, he be out here, the coolies, they be doing debates, all these things. His name is Marte. So he's making his way up the ranks and, just doing professional debates. And so he's been going back and forth with Roma Army. So y'all know, I'm not sure how many of y'all actually know who Roma Army is. One of the girls that's, I guess she proclaims to be a man's advocate. She speaks out for men's mental health and all these different things. So her and Marte have been going back and forth, and they've been having they've been going back and forth on Instagram about certain topics. And then so he wants to do a professional debate with her, but of course she dodging the smoke. So, but I'm going to be reacting to a video that she is on the whatever podcast, and I'm going to bring him up and he's going to give his thoughts and opinions in regards to that topic. All right. But that time will come. But until then, let's go ahead and rock out with this first topic of the night. I gotta bring to the front Phoenix, Arizona. Come here, big dog. Let me talk to you real quick. Some of y'all, I always get on the liberals, but this time it's the right. It's the conservatives. And I'm going to call these the extreme conservatives, right? So there's a man in Phoenix. He was accused of threatening Phoenix LGBTQ plus bar because of Charlie Kirk. Well, in Charlie Kirk's name. So let's go ahead and get into that video, and then I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it. All right? So let's rock out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Arrested, accused of threatening to shoot up a Phoenix LGBTQ bar in the name of Charlie Kirk. According to court documents, Trevin Goki told police the assassination of Kirk, as well as recent school shootings, made him want to harm others to, quote, send a message specifically to the far left. He called himself a martyr for Kirk. Court documents reveal he threatened to shoot up Cruisin' 7th, which is located near his apartment. Goki is charged with making terrorist threats. He's being held on a $250,000 bond.
I don't understand.
A man has been arrested.
What I don't understand is, first of all, let's go ahead and I gotta say it again, because every time we speak on Charlie Kirk right now, since it's still sort of fresh a little bit, may he rest in peace, may his family be blessed, kids be blessed, and all of that, right? Here's the thing. I'm gonna need y'all to get out of y'all motherfucking emotions. I'm gonna need y'all to start standing 10 toes like real men, real individuals. You don't have to act out on your emotions, bro. I already spoke on this. Yeah, there are some people on the left. There are some liberals. There are some extreme liberals. I don't think that anybody should, I don't care what they say, what they do. Nothing, of course, with a few exceptions, nothing warrants anybody being hurt violently. Of course, there are a few exceptions that I won't name, but there are some exceptions. But for the most part, nothing warrants anybody getting hurt or violently harmed just because you disagree with them. You disagree with the things that they did. Now you're going to threaten LGBTQ plus bars for what? Let them rock out, bro. If they saying crazy shit about Charlie Kirk, just let them do what they do. As long as they stay over there, as long as they aren't harming anybody and they just talking, let them talk. Let them talk. Let them say whatever they want to. Let them reach back and spread and hip thrust each other all through the goddamn club as much as they want to. Let them do what they do, bro. Now your goofy ass is in jail because I'm gonna be a martyr for Charlie Kirk. He ain't asked you to do that shit for him, nor did his family. What you doing it for? So you can feel like you're a part of something, so you can feel good. You think that you finna go viral like a Charlie Kirk? You think you about to get your name on the street or something like that? You think that people gonna care? No. Have your opinion, have your thoughts about the LGBTQ plus community, and just move the fuck on, bro. You doing all that now, you done risk your life. Now your ass sitting in jail over a threat. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, bro. Who raising y'all niggas, man? You got people on the left. You got so-called woke people thinking that everybody racist. Then you got the extreme right wing out here threatening people just for the sake of, oh, well, they killed the conservatives, so it's my time to retaliate. No, nigga. All of y'all need to take a chill pill. Real talk. Take a fucking chill pill. Take 2 or 3 steps. Matter of fact, take 10 steps back and then sit the fuck down and take 20 minutes and regroup yourself. Y'all be doing too goddamn much for me, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all be doing way too much for me. And that goes for both sides. I'm talking about extremes on both ends. Extremes on both ends. I'm going to need y'all to figure it out. I'm going to need y'all to get it together one way or the other because y'all pissing me off. Real talk, bro. Real fucking talk. Y'all pissing me off. This don't make no sense. Before we jump in, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Listen, this channel is for people who want to have real conversations, no fluff, authentic, where we talk about money, mindset, and relationships and everything else under the sun, as long as it gets back to the money and how we can level up in life. Now, let's be real. Subscribing to this channel helps my content reach more people, which gets me closer to monetization so I can continue to keep giving you high quality content. Now, if you rock with that, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. Let's get back to the video. Now, Pete, let me know what y'all think in the comments, what y'all thought about that topic. I think it's outlandish, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and move over to this next topic of tonight, man, because we got a lot of topics to cover tonight. And so these are my icebreakers. Some things I don't want to spend a lot of time on. I just want to touch base on them, and then we move on to the next thing so we can get to the main events. You feel me? So give me a sec. Give me one quick second, y'all. Let me do something real quick. Give me a second. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do, dog. Let me do something real quick. Let me go out. Let me go out here. Yup, discard that. Let me send this up to him. Send this to him. So I can have him set and ready to go. All right, bet. All right, I think we are good. So yeah, let's go ahead and go over to this next topic, man. Kiara Von Ray, she out here holding people accountable, bro. She out here holding people accountable, especially girl, Miss Sprinkle Girl. She out here saying what she's saying, and she, bringing people to the front. So let's go ahead and hear what she got to say. All right, let's rock out. Oh, hold up. Go on mute.
Meaning that majority of men in America earn less than $80,000 a year, meaning that majority of men in America are average earners. Majority of households in America are 2-income households. So yes, you know what that means? It means that you are likely going to have to get with an average earning man, and together you guys are going to build and accumulate wealth together. That is what lots of successful, happy married couples have done. That is not promoting struggle love. That is reality. I'm sorry. I'm going to continue to preach about reality because Shira has many of you living in a fictional narrative where there are enough rich men to go around, and one of them is just going to come and swoop you off your feet and pay all of your bills. I'm sorry. Stop looking for a savior in a man.
Ooh, hey, listen.
A man has been arrested accused of threatening to shoot up a Phoenix LGBTQ.
Majority.
Here we go. Listen, Shorty just cooked. Shorty just told y'all something. See, now this video, and what I guarantee you what a lot of women are going to listen to is, so basically what you telling me is that I need to settle. No. What she's telling you is that you need to be a little bit more realistic in what you're looking for in a man. Nobody said you had to go date a man that's making $15,000 a year. Your average man is making anywhere between $45,000 and $70,000 a year. That's your average everyday man that's walking up and down this street that you walk by every single day. And mind you, that's not to say he may not even have no debt. So all the money he got is his. So he just chilling. He making decent, he making good money. But see, y'all let social media and these sprinkle holes, and y'all let guys like Poppy Chulo and the Yadas and all these other simp ass niggas come on here and tell you, oh, well, if you ain't paying her money, if you ain't paying her rent, bro, you ain't no real man. Bro, what? What are you talking about? First and foremost, no matter if you got the money or not, you don't lead with it. You ain't supposed to lead with the money in the first fucking place. Why are you leading with money? Why are you coming up to a chick and telling her, yeah, bro, I need to lead with the money. You know what I'm saying? If I got 350,000 shit, I'm gonna give her 150 and I'm gonna tell her to go spurge that shit. Nigga, for what? No. What up, Spaces? What up, Bullseed? What's good with you? But nah, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that at all. And she's cooking. But here's the bigger issue though. A lot of these women who are asking for these high caliber men, you don't even fit the description of what these men even want in the first place. Because if you were in the vicinity and they were checking for you, guess what? You would have them. But they are a small pick of the litter. It's a lot of you. It's a lot of you out here, and there's a small percentage of him, especially the higher on the totem pole you go. First thing you ask for, okay, I need him making decent money. Okay, so give me a roundabout of how much you want this nigga to make. What's the minimum amount that you want him to make? I want him to make at least $110,000. I bet you want him to make $110,000. You've already then cut off majority of men. You done cut off majority of men. We haven't added height. We haven't added the fact that if they are a part of the ABC community or not. You haven't added in the fact that their race. You haven't taken into account if they are married or not. You haven't taken into account if you want them to have kids already or not. You haven't taken into any of those into account. And once you start to take those things into account, that pool gets so much smaller. It's damn near impossible that you're gonna run into that kind of man. Then you ain't even mentioned height, because a lot of y'all want y'all man taller, right? Bet. So if you 5'5", I'm pretty sure most of y'all gonna want y'all man at least anywhere between 5'9" to 6'2". 5'9" to 6'2". Guess what? Starting at 5'9", and the more you continue to go up, that pool gets smaller. Oh, you want him to be black? Cool. Pool gets smaller. Oh, you want him to make six figures? Bet. Pool gets smaller. Oh, you don't want him to have no kids? Pool gets smaller. Oh, you don't want him a part of the ABC community? Even smaller. Never been married? Smaller. So what are we talking about? Y'all, if y'all keep listening to these fucking influencers that's telling you, that's giving you all this bad information, that's giving you false hype, telling you go out here, you hey, listen, girl, you deserve more. You clock that T. Bitch, sit the fuck down. You out here lying to people. You out here getting people hype. You know what y'all sound like? Y'all sound like those people when you go to those conventions and they be out there false motivating you at one moment. It sound good. You know what? All you got to do, you just got to go out there. You got to believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, everything going to start coming true. It sound good when you listening to it. It gets you motivated. That shit get you pumped while you're there. But then when it's time to actually go put in the work, you like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing right now. I ain't got the motivation no more. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this shit. I don't even know how to fucking get started. I just got motivated to do it, but I don't know what the fuck to do. That's what y'all see when y'all see all these women on Instagram and TikTok. They talking all this shit. on what type of man, what you ain't gonna accept from a man, and how a lot of these men are scumbags and all this extra shit. You know, all that shit that y'all be talking about, men, and y'all just be lying. It be y'all for the most part, but y'all be projecting. That's what it be. So, but then a woman like her who gonna call y'all and tell y'all what it is, you gonna think she a pygmy. You gonna think she don't know what she talking about. Y'all gonna go at her though. Y'all will go at her though. But hey, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But listen, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit that bell notification. So listen, and let me know what y'all think in the comments too, bro. Was she cooking? Was she not cooking? Let me know. All right. So hold on, give me a second here. I want to go ahead. I want to go ahead and go over to this topic. So I want to go ahead and bring up. I want to go ahead and get into this topic, man. I want to bring up my guy Marte. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about this chick, Roma Army, and yeah, we're gonna get into it. Bro. We about to get into it, all right? So let me go ahead and bring my boy up. Yo, what's good, Brody? How you feeling?
What's up, man? Long time no see, man.
No, long time no see, man. How you doing, bro? How's everything?
I think the first time we got together, what it was Marcus, I was kind of like dismantling Marcus a little bit.
Yeah,
Tell him I said it's no shade though. It's all love though. So
facts. Shout out to Marcus.
Here's the thing though. I think that if men can get together and we can roast each other, that's a rite of passage that you have to go through. Now, Courtney, I'll tell you this. If you look on the woman's side, they don't have that. Have you ever seen a group of women roast each other and then bond over roasting each other?
Nah, I've never seen that. I have.
Right. It's kind of mutually exclusive just to men. So men, it's like if I'm around men and I can roast the shit out of you, Courtney. But if you don't have thick skin and you can take that, it's like you might not be in the circle.
Facts.
If you can't take a good roast and I can't clown you, it's like I know that you're tough. Like if I shake your hand and you give me a weak ass handshake like this, already I'm sizing you up. Yeah, it's the same thing if I roast you, but it's like that's the thing though. So the first time I met you, I'm gonna let you guys know, everybody in the audience right now, in my audience too. The first time I met him, he was very stoic. He wasn't really emotional, but I went in on the other guy, the Marcus guy. And it's like that's just how I am, and I expect him to hold me accountable too. Men hold each other accountable, but on the women's side, you don't have that accountability. We don't have that, but men, we are more accountable than women are because we'll roast each other. We'll expose weakness in each other real quick, but I don't see that with women. They'll constantly lie to each other. Anyways, I don't want to divert from the topic. Let's get back to it.
No, you good, man. Look, this is your segment, man. I'm gonna let you cook up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna play the full whatever podcast. I just wanted to find the part in which that you reacted to as well, and so that way we can just kind of dissect it in real time.
Hold on, though. I got to address something. Somebody in the comments said Roma cooks. Yeah, she cooks cereal. That's the most she can cook. She doesn't cook nothing. All she does is regurgitate a lot of male influencer information. Matter of fact, the reason why I'm here is because I have a mission to expose and magnify this woman. Mm-hmm. To me, I don't think that women are supposed to be leading male rights advocate movements. This is not supposed to be a thing. Matter of fact, if you look at women in households where they lead, because if she's supposed to be a male rights advocate or leading a group of men, according to her, she has an army, Roma's army, right?
Right.
Well, what's the outcomes of single mom households? More likely to go to prison, 67% likely to go to prison, more likely to do sex work, more likely to be crime-ridden communities in promoting this. They promote the men that you're going to date as women, very sensitive men, because they're going to emulate mom and these women. It's like, no, I'm totally against this. So I think, in my opinion, she's a grifter, unless you could tell me how she's not grifting off of men with a Patreon, wearing lingerie. This is your men's rights advocate? But anyways, let's get back to it. Yeah, this is some content we're about to get into.
Oh, yeah, it's about to get spicy up in here, man. So let's go ahead and dive in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, all right? So let's rock out.
In 20 years from 60.
Scoot the mic to the edge of the table. Like scoot it. Yeah, that works too. 20 years, 60.
I guess it's relative, but I just.
Yeah, we can bring it back up. That's fine.
All right, I got you. Don't trip.
What?
You're giving Chloe the stink eye.
Oh, I'm just looking at her. That's all.
She's trying to be intimidating, but she's not intimidating anybody.
I'm not intimidating. I look at everybody. I've been looking at everybody.
For 10 seconds, Chloe, she's just been dirt staring.
Yeah, are you trying to what? Are you trying to fight me or like what?
Why would I try to fight?
Well, hold on, pause it real quick.
Yeah, I was just about to. So before you go, let me ask everybody in the chat real quick. Out of all of these women, let's be 100% honest. Are y'all going for any of these women that's on the panel? Based off of their entire makeup, based off of everything how they look, everything, are you going to choose them? So y'all let me know that in the comments below. What you got, Marte?
So if you noticed, remember what she said? She said, do you want to fight? What did she say? If we can rewind it back, just play that again and then stop it right after she mentions fighting. I'm going to go ahead and comment on this.
Okay, I got you.
Looking in 10 years time, you're 18, better looking.
Was it the black girl, right? The black girl said
Better looking?
Yeah.
No.
Roma said that.
Okay. Looking in 10 years time, ready to go. Go for it.
This is so cool.
No,
ready to go. Go. Do you like women? Looking in 10 years time, you're 18, better looking at 28.
A little bit back, but anyways, I can comment on this without us seeing it.
Okay, go ahead.
So here's the thing, though. She says, what, do you want to fight? Something like that, right? If we can rewind the footage. So here's the thing, though. If she can't logically contend with somebody's debate or an argument, and then she wants to fight, she literally can't debate. She just lost the debate. If I'm arguing with you, and next thing you know, I feel embarrassed or you prove me wrong, I want to fight. Growing up on the streets, this is how we did. If I can't prove an argument, what am I going to do? Fight because I can't prove you wrong in an argument. So now I want to be physical. She has no argument. So when the reason why I'm saying this is because when you have this woman who's supposed to be the head of a movement, she's allegedly the men's rights advocate, what is she promoting here? Okay, so when logic fails and our argument fails and we can't prove a point, we go to fighting. How is this helping any men? Anyways, I just wanted to make a comment on that.
Yeah, you go to ad hominem attacks, you go to fighting, you go instead of substantiating your argument, you go to everything else.
And then she says, I've changed as a woman. Well, if anybody can manipulate you emotionally and control you, you're easily manipulated and controlled, right? Which means that you revert to the person you used to be. How much have you changed when somebody can push a button anytime and make you be who you thought you used to be? Oh, you haven't changed. I think, in my opinion, this is a chameleon we're watching right now. That's literally what we're watching.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Looking in 10 years time, you're 18, better looking at 28.
Better looking?
Yeah. Looking in. Do you like women? Do you like?
I don't. Okay.
Oh, when she was doing that, flossing her like that was after everything else.
10 years time, you're 18.
I'm just gonna let it play up a little bit because it just acting up. So I'll just let it play.
Okay. Not necessarily.
You're 27, better looking at 37.
Honestly, I actually think I might be.
Okay, 20 years, 47.
Maybe.
57, 30 years.
It depends how technology, surgery stuff.
Let's just
naturally.
Exclude, naturally.
Yeah, maybe not.
Okay, and then were you better looking at 18 or better looking now?
I think I'm better looking now.
Okay, you're 40, better looking in 10 years time.
I think absolutely so because I'm going to aim to be healthier.
Healthier. Okay, what about 20 years at 60?
In 20 years from 60.
Scoot the mic to the edge of the table, scoot it.
I hate the delusion.
Yeah, that works too. 20 years, 60.
I guess it's relative, but I just aim to continue to look better and to be healthier. And with that being said, yeah.
Wait, what is
one thing I'll say real quick?
What?
Just real quick.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say is I will watch the comment and I'll make commentary on both the comments because I think it's important to address issues because I like to make things transparent and clear things up for the audience. Somebody said, "Oh, I see this guy over here overanalyzes stuff, Marte." So here's the reason why.
Shout out to Spaces.
Yeah, shout out to Spaces. No shade at all. But I will say this. The reason why you have to overanalyze stuff is because in the debate, semantics are extremely important. If I've challenged her to a debate and me and her are going to war, all these details are extremely important. If she gets emotional and loses control, do you not think that this would be a weakness if I destroy her in a debate? Do you not think that that would be an advantage for me and a loss for her? Basically, she'd be handing me L's all day if she's easily triggered, easily emotional. that means that I can control her and manipulate her easily. This is also another point to why I don't think that these people are good at leading movements of men. But back to this though.
Yeah, good point.
What?
You're giving Chloe the stink eye.
Oh, I'm just looking at her. That's all.
She's trying to be intimidating, but she's not intimidating anybody.
I'm not
You've been
intimidating.
for like
I look at
10
everybody.
seconds.
I've been looking at everybody.
For 10 seconds, Chloe, she's just been dirt staring at you.
Yeah,
Are you trying to what? Are you trying to fight me or like what?
Why would I try to fight you?
Well, I don't know, because where I'm from, when you stare at somebody intensively, it means you want to fight
Well,
them.
if you
So
from the ghetto, that ain't me. I'm not from the ghetto.
You're Michigan.
She's Canadian.
The Canadians get
In
down
Canada,
like that?
yeah,
Canadian.
you don't look. You look the wrong way to Canadian.
Sorry, babe. I grew up
They
in the
will
suburbs.
take
I
a
will
moose
press charges.
horn and
I don't
smack-
fight.
Okay.
I'm not messing up my face.
All right, well then stop staring at me then, because that's how I'm taking it. So
Yeah,
whether that's how you're meaning it, I don't know. But
Maybe she thinks you're cute.
You
I doubt
go
it.
put your hands on me. You go get
are you-
provoked or something.
She's easily manipulated. So that's the thing, though. I'll make a comment too. I don't want to have a whole conversation with Spaces, but yes, debates get heated. I'm a professional debater. I've debated probably the best on the left. I'll say this though, Courtney. Would you say that Destiny's one of the best, if not the best in the world, as a liberal debater?
As a liberal debater, I would say yes.
Unless you can think of anybody better than this. He can't get triggered. And here's the thing though. Would you say that if you're in a fight, and I'll ask you a question, Courtney, and this is really analogous associated with what we're talking about. If you're in a fight, can you think more clearly as opposed to when you're not mad?
So you said if I'm in a fight, can I think more
If you're
clearly?
in a fight and you're really mad, can you think clearly compared to when you're not mad?
No.
Right. So if you're in a debate and you get emotional and heated, guess what? Not only can you not think clearly, you can't operate things. Because here's the thing, though. I did security real quick. I was doing security for a long time, and this guy said, "Why did you dump this guy on the pavement? You aren't pissed off?" And I said, "No, I don't need to be pissed to dump somebody off on the pavement doing my job." And then I told him, I said, "Do you get pissed when you ever have to take out the trash? Why do you have to get mad to take out the trash? Because you can think more clearly. People get injured when they get emotional because they can't control their mental faculties in their body." That's the thing, though. If you have a ship sinking, the last thing you need is men crying and getting emotional. Whenever you're driving looking for directions, what does a man say? "Shut up, I need to think." When you're looking for directions on MapQuest, what do? Turn down the music, because what? You need to get rid of emotion and switch to logic. Emotions don't help you out when you think clearly. But anyways, moving back to this, you can see that she is slowly starting to become easily manipulated by the opposition, which is my sister over here.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you to stay in your lane.
Do you like women? Are you attracted to women?
I like beautiful women.
Okay, maybe Chloe. Maybe it's a compliment.
Not my type.
Oh,
Who's type
you're
am
my
I?
type.
I'm
You're
your
my
type.
type. You are.
Okay, where were we? Better looking, 20 years.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that I'm thriving. I'm healthy. My skin is glowing. My hair is growing.
30 years, 70 versus.
You know,
40.
I just hope that I'm able-bodied and strong, and I'm able to move and
But will you
groove.
be better looking? Better looking.
That's tough.
70. Okay,
All right,
80.
So let me, before I keep it going, let me ask you, Marte. So with Chloe, where did it actually start? Like, what actually happened? Was it a video that you came across and you just reacted to it, or was it something that somebody said? So how did?
Well, just like anybody else, I'll tell you this: we'll get to the whole point of this whole thing. But the origin of our beef, the reason why I started beefing with Chloe, is because I, just like everybody else, was like, "Oh, this content is base." Started looking at her content and said, "Okay, cool, this looks good. She has a lot of good points, everything else." But then I started realizing that she was regurgitating a lot of content that was already out there. And then I realized when she just started, she had a Patreon and she has sex videos out there and was doing a lot of work out there. And I'm like, hold on, how are you against pornography when you're promoting pornography? This doesn't make sense. I literally have a video too where she's saying, you know, I don't want to say the word on YouTube, but self-pleasuring herself. And she says, "Yes, I have an addiction to this and I don't plan on solving this anytime soon." How is this helping out as a men's rights advocate? Logically, this doesn't make sense. If you have men with a corn problem, but you're adding to the corn problem issue in society, you're literally like the counselor that doesn't want to give a solution to the problem because you need return customers. So she has an army of simps out there right now. That's literally what's happening right now. So with her right now, I do believe that she's a fake grifter unless she could prove otherwise. So on her OnlyFans, then I started doing some investigative analysis. She charges $70 a month. Now she lives in Canada, but for the $70 a month Patreon that she has, she says it's not safe for work on the website. Well, you can imagine what that could imply. So when you're paying $70 a month, not only is this hypocritical, but she asks for you to show your government ID to somebody outside of the country because she lives in Canada. You have to be the most stupidest, idiotic person to send your government ID, a driver's license or something like that, to prove your age to somebody outside the country. You don't know where this is going. Like, this is a grift. It's totally a grift. It doesn't make sense. You want to be railing against sex work and have debates against people with sex work while promoting this at the same. It doesn't make sense at all. This is like a preacher who's going to the whorehouse on weekends. None of this makes sense.
What you're saying. So basically, what you're saying is that she's using that. It's kind of like she's doing the opposite of what was the pander's name? The Jackson dude. The Jackson dude.
Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson. So she's basically the woman version of a Derek Jackson. So she's
actually worse. The reason why she's worse. The reason why she's worse is because at least Derek Jackson's been exposed. So now anybody who subscribes to Derek Jackson, you're a full-on idiot because he got caught cheating, all this other stuff, and he's telling men to act right and do all this. He's a total grift, right? But with Roma, she avoids accountability. When I call her out, she avoids debates. She and her win it, and I'm sure you saw the play-by-play with me and her going at it on Instagram.
Yeah.
I did content and she did content, but I said, you know what? Let's settle this. Let's get on a panel and do a real debate. She doesn't want to do this, right? She doesn't want to do it because the reason why it seems like I'm going to semantics and I'm overanalyzing things is because when I do debates with people like Destiny, people can say Destiny's a contrarian. He's not a good debater. Name me one person that doesn't take an L to him. He's literally the best. Even if he's the worst debater to you, who can destroy him? It's very few people that can beat him in a debate. I mean, I did. Andrew Wilson, who's one of my best friends, did. But very few people can beat him in a debate. He's that good. I don't know anybody else better than him, even if he's a bad faith debater. But the reason why I bring this up is because he doesn't want to debate. And I do a comparison between the two because one person can hold their composure, even though they talk 50 miles an hour. She hasn't done a formal debate. I even asked you, Courtney, I'll tell you this. Have you ever seen Roma do an official debate with a moderator? You said no. Yeah, I don't believe I've seen it. What she'll do is she'll get on panels like this, and then when she can't hold her own, Brian bails her out and saves her. He has to save her. In a real debate, if she was to have verbal combat against me, there's nobody that's going to save you. You would literally get dismantled and annihilated if you did a debate with me. So that's why I bring this up, is because she can't defend herself at all in a debate. Brian has to save her. But this is also the leader of this Roma Army movement. This is the leader of men. Single mom household in effect right now. And what did I say about the examples and outcomes of single mom households? Trash.
Yeah.
All L's. That's it.
And so she doesn't have a man?
She's got a. So here's the other thing. I can't prove this, but I got two people on the case right now getting information right now.
Okay.
According to my sources, because her fiance has threatened me a few times. Well, she says he didn't threaten you. He put you in your place. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that's what that was. That's who that was. The guy that so-called threatened you.
Yeah, her fiance was threatening me.
Ah, okay.
So here's the thing, though. Not only this, but I will say this, though. I will say this. So when you think about people who are using other people to threaten you because you can't do this yourself, you can say, well, you're a leader because you can't have people do this. But leaders will also die on their swords. They'll also go out there and fight with you. She won't do this. But instead, her fiance will threaten me. So the reason why I said that is because she has a fiance. So allegedly, she's supposed to get married. But I heard through the grapevine that supposedly there's a simp that stood up and said, I'll pay for your wedding. Literally, how is this not cuckery and simpery? If you have another man stand up and say, I'll pay for all your expenses, even though I have no relation to you at all, I just want to pay for your wedding. I don't understand this. I mean, to me, it's like, okay, I'm going to have one of my followers pay for the wedding. That's crazy.
So what I'm hearing is we need to figure out a way to get Chloe on the Courtnee Edgar Show so y'all two can debate. That's what I'm hearing. And I just
we could do this. You just have to be a really good moderator.
Oh yeah.
So I'll say this. Also, because I'm handling two things at once. What makes somebody a good debater, to be honest, is if there's somebody that you can actually defeat in a debate. You can have somebody that's a really dirty fighter. You could say, well, they're the most contrarian dirty fighter ever. But if you get your ass whooped by them, yeah, they're a good debater, because even if they're using dirty tricks and tools and they're still defeating you and whooping your ass, that's still a good fighter. Even if the ref, who was the moderator, allows this and you're still getting your L's handed to you, yeah, you're good by my book, because I can't think of anybody better than him on that side unless anybody else can.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I'll dead that argument right there, because that's an easy one to defeat. But with Roma Army, I do believe that she's fake. She's disingenuous. And I think men following her is just for content and laughs. She's an entertainer. That's about it. But she's not a leader of any movement.
Okay. That's fair. All right. Well, let me play a little bit more of this.
40 years, 80.
I'm going to be old and wrinkly, but strong. I'm going to take that. I don't know.
Some milk.
Okay. And then you're 40, better looking 10 years ago at 30.
Oh, I'm way better looking now.
Better now, 20 years ago, 20.
Way better looking
Better
now.
looking now. Okay, there you go. What about you? You're 26, better looking in 10 years' time, 36.
26?
Probably not.
Okay. You're 23, better looking in 10 years, 33.
I hope I age gracefully, but I think I'm in my prime. I think I look the best right now.
In her prime. Okay.
Well, at least
you're 30, better looking in 10 years' time at 40.
She's realistic.
No, I don't think I'll look better at 40, but I think I look a lot better than I did when I was 20.
Gotcha. Okay. So better looking now. You're 31, better looking in 10 years' time, 41.
No, and I'm okay with that.
And then were you better looking at 21 or now at 31?
Probably now.
Okay. Chloe, you're 28, better looking in 10 years' time, 38.
I've seen my birth mom, so I'm gonna go no.
And then better looking at 18 or better looking
Definitely better
right
looking now.
All right, perfect. We've put all of you through AI advancement to see what you guys are going to look like when you're older.
I love this.
And you're all going to be beautiful old ladies.
Yeah.
Okay. We are ready to go. Go for it.
Trying to see what else we got.
No.
I think that was pretty much it. Was this the part that you were debating, or was it a little bit further on?
It's when her and the black girl. So when she started doing this,
yeah,
it was like before that. Her and the black girl got into it. It was pretty bad.
Oh, so it was before. So it was actually before he started asking them the questions, right?
Yeah, her and that black girl
got being
got
exposed to children without their consent, and your response was, "Well, I have cleavage. I just want to know what that has to do with." Sorry. What does that actually have to do with my original point of porn being harmful to children?
Oh, I just called out your cleavage. That's all.
That's nice.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. So I don't really care.
I wasn't here for what you was talking about.
I don't care if you're a woman or not. If a man was sitting here talking about my titties when I didn't like it, make me uncomfortable.
Tell us your pronouns.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a man talking about my cleavage. It's all for a reason. So.
Well, I do. So.
Oh.
Well, that's you, babe.
If you can.
Well, you should cover it then.
Yeah, see, the difference is you were talking earlier about how I think when you made the like poncho statement, you're like, well, they're just big and I can't hide them. The difference is that some women, yes, they are larger breasted.
She and her are my pronouns.
Thank you. Anyways, women with large breasts are like constantly getting sexualized for absolutely no fucking reason. No, you sexualize yourself. So I don't really want to hear the comparison. There's a big difference between
I'm not bothered by
and like intentionally putting your boobs on display. So that's my defense for my titties.
I think I've already covered the fact that I didn't used to. Like
what
I've
she
always
said just
been
makes no
sexualized.
sense
I've always
also.
have huge tits.
Can you sing the Scottish national anthem for us?
Yes, let's change the
Why
topic.
does everyone love Scotland so much? I love it.
Because it's beautiful.
Scotland's the best country in the world, for real.
I would have to disagree. I love America.
Courtney, did you catch that? She said women with breasts are getting sexualized for no reason.
Yeah, I heard that. Mm-hmm.
How much sense does that make?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
The reason why people are sexualizing you is because of your breast. It's like she like contradicts herself like probably like 7 times during this whole exchange. So
yeah, I don't know, man. The way I look at it, yeah, she may be after I found out from listening to you guys going back and forth, and then when I found out that she actually has an OF and all of that, and she's doing her whole thing on there. Because at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I was just listening to her, first I seen her on TikTok. That's what I saw her on TikTok, and I see her advocating for men. But then when I saw this, you and her going back and forth, and I was like, oh, so she out here, she basically being a chameleon right now. So she's acting as if she's debating, she's advocating for men, but she's out here harming men at the same rate, doing the same exact thing. It's kind of
wild. She's a one-trick pony. You ever heard of a snake oil salesman? That's what she is. Yeah. What she'll do is, and this is the grift, because I need to explain this. The reason why I call her grift. The reason why I say it's a grift is because if you have a men's rights advocate, do you think that this person is supposed to offer you solutions with this, Courtney?
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe an exit to your trauma, your stress, or a solution to this world, right? Absolutely. If you've noticed, matter of fact, I don't see anything but clapping back from her end. Y'all know what clapping back is, right? When you just respond, Nas clap back at, Jay-Z. We have clapbacks, right? Whenever she claps back at feminism, she doesn't offer a solution. She doesn't offer men a way out. So that's the thing, though. When we really look at this, it doesn't really make any sense. She provides content that's entertaining while offering men no solution. So you can't call yourself a men's rights advocate if I give you a potion and I say, I'm selling this to you. This is supposed to help you out, and it doesn't do shit for you. How are you a men's rights advocate if I look through all your content and I say, I'm having a bad marriage or I'm having a problem with the dating market? Look through her first 10 reels or any of her content. Did she ever give you a solution to the problem? No. I have the similar problem kind of with Pearl right now too, because she's black pill. She's nihilism. She doesn't give you a solution. The same thing as this one right here. She'll tell you, well, we're kind of screwed in this generation, so you might as well enjoy it while you can. How is that helping men?
That makes sense. I see.
But at least if you listen to my content, I'll give you solutions. I'm actually trying to help men out here. Right. Her, on the other hand, and I don't even call myself a men's rights advocate, or MRA is what they say, but she does. If you have a title, you better damn well back it up. If you're a doctor, but you don't heal people, are you really a doctor or just a drug pusher?
Yep.
Right.
That makes sense.
America, fuck yeah.
Have a conversation, I swear to God.
Okay, well, I'm so sorry that you're stressed, I'm chill.
I'm not stressed.
I'm trying to I'm just trying to pick up what you're both putting down.
Chloe, because we've put everybody through AI. It's everybody's favorite segment. Or wait, you're right. I have to ask the question, then we do the segment. You're right, Nick. You're right, Nick.
Genders like AI. Oh no.
So going around the table.
Okay, so I think that was pretty much the main point of what I wanted to actually ask you about and get you to talk about.
Fine.
Yeah, in regards to that. So let me bring it up to this main screen. So yeah, bro, like I wanted to get I just wanted to get your thoughts on it because, like I said, I wanted you to talk more about it in regards to what you guys have been going on. I wanted to get the origin story, how everything started off, and just to see, are you still trying to push that, like get that debate? And have you had any luck in regards to people reaching out to you to try to make it happen?
Well, here's the thing, though. I had two major prominent channels reach out to her. I've had I don't know if you're familiar with Sarah the Raging Tomato and also Fatty. Mm-hmm. They've both reached out to her, and maybe their messages are so interesting because she's been reading them for the past 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's left on scene, right? So to me, I feel like she's avoiding the fight, which means she's not really a leader or a fight. Here's the thing, Courtney, you'll never see me do this because I've been doing debates for a minute. Mm-hmm. Anytime somebody debates me, and I've tangled with Angry Man maybe once on a panel, but other than that, I noticed that there's different levels to this game.
Right.
I do debates really well. I'm decent at them, right?
Right.
But there's a difference. When you have Angry Man, who's an OG in the game, I could probably beat him in the debate, but is it really worth it? Or is it going to hurt my brand that hurt him, who I also agree with, right? It's going to hurt my brand if I do this, right? So it's not about my ego. It's about the overall big picture about us helping men. If we're going to help men, the part about helping men is exposing fake shit. If we call shit out, I was on Rollo Tomasi's Rational Male, probably in Vegas like 2 months ago.
Right.
And he told me if I see a fraud, call a fraud out. If I see a fake, call a fake out. We both agreed on this point. Rollo also called her a fake grifter also. Is he not a men's rights advocate? He definitely is. He's one of the biggest ones we ever seen. Myron Gaines called her out. fake male advocate too. He's a good friend as well too. I have a lot of friends who are men's rights advocate, and I don't even call myself a men's rights advocate, but I do like helping men in the process because it's a big shoulder to bear. It's a burden to bear because if you have a title, you damn well better earn that name of the title and better give product and results to this. If you're a coach, but you don't produce a winning team, are you really a good coach? Can you even call yourself a coach, or you're just a guy that's paid on the staff? To me, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So, but in this case, those spaces though, yeah. So that's basically what he's saying though. So that's why he's calling Chloe out, because she's claiming to be a men's rights advocate, but she isn't asking for it. She's not giving any solutions, but she's advocating for that. And so what he's speaking on, what Marte talks about is he actually gives the solution in regards to being a men's rights advocate, but he doesn't say that he's a men's rights advocate. You know, same as the Myron Gaines is the Angry Mans, the Anton Daniels, the Andrew Wilsons, all these cats. They give actual solutions, but she's not giving the solution. Shit, even myself, I give solutions as well when we're talking about these things. So that's what he's talking about.
So my thing is the issue is you can't call yourself if she didn't call herself a men's rights advocate, I would have had no beef.
Yeah.
But because you call yourself an advocate for men's rights, that's the biggest contradiction of all. So the second problem I have is you have 500,000 followers on YouTube. That's a lot of responsibility, but you don't want the accountability that comes with the title of men's rights advocate. I have a big problem with that because I have a lot of people who follow me on different platforms too, but I don't carry the title of men's rights advocate because I know that's a lot of responsibility and I have to have results for this. You can't say that, hey, I'm not presenting myself as a person that has answers, but call yourself a men's rights advocate. Remove the title then. You can't call yourself a doctor if you don't heal people. You can't call yourself a men's rights advocate if you don't fight for men's rights by giving solutions. I can fight for men's rights by clapping back at people all day, but if I don't offer a solution, am I really a men's rights advocate or not? That's the problem. So the person says I can't hold a water to Angry Man's bottle. Have you ever seen me debate one time? Have you ever seen me take an L this year out of 50 debates? Probably never watched my content. Probably never watched me. Matter of fact, you've seen me on debate panels where I did panels 1 versus 8 on Fatty's channel. In one debates, I wasn't supposed to win. I mollywop people. But me and Angry Man are on the same side. He's a brother to me. I have no shade to him. But back to Chloe, though, I will say this, though. That's the only beef I have. Courtney, if she never had the title of men's rights advocate, I would have never had beef with her.
That's fair. That's fair.
She can say, I'm an entertainer. You know, I think men should have more rights, but don't carry the title of men's rights advocate if you're not truly advocating by giving us solutions. You know, if I'm a coach, but I haven't coached anybody, that doesn't make me a coach. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. No sense at all. Yeah, yesterday with the white dude, I bodied the shit out of the host of the show and the boss battle. And when it came to the white dude, he's really good. I got 2%. I lost by 2%. Like I might take L's, but that's like practice.
Yeah,
I take L's in practice, but not in major debates. You've never saw me when it came to a major debate. I've never lost this whole year out of 50 plus. Verbal combat, I lose 2%.
So Chloe doesn't present herself to have answers, though her platforms are for telling women about men's struggles and what it is that they go through when dealing with women. I understand that. I mean, I can say that too. Yeah.
Don't call yourself a men's rights advocate then. You can do this all day, but just don't have the title of men's rights advocate because you're not advocating for men's rights. You're not giving a solution. They have to be synonymous. Talk to Rollo Tomasi, Myron Gaines, or anybody else who's one of the leaders of the men's movement. They're giving solutions, right? Because it comes with the territory. It's part and parcel. It comes with the whole package. You can't have men's rights advocate, but not have solutions. They have to be a package deal. You can't be a father of a home if you're not producing good offspring that contribute to society. Right?
Right.
You have to have what comes with that title, responsibility. So, yeah.
Cool, bro. Well, listen, bro, Marte, man, I appreciate you for coming up, having this conversation with me, brother. We definitely going to do it again. You know,
of course, man.
Let me know. You know, you can always reach out to me on IG as well, you know, and if she ever responds back, definitely let me know because I want to get in on that.
Oh, you're the first person. I just put a video up breaking down this whole debate on my channel. By the way, you can follow me. I'm the host of On the Edge. I do debates everywhere. I'm doing Jubilee. I don't know if I told you about this. I'm doing the thing at Jubilee next month, Surrounded, where I'll be whooping all these liberal asses next month. I got another debate with Destiny coming up. I have a debate with the guy named Rob Noor. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Next Monday from now, where I'm whooping other asses too. This is what I do. So no, I don't care about winning. I care about my logic. I not only care about my logic, but I also care about the ethics of my belief system. So if anybody can refute the fact that I have a belief system that's consistent and not conditional like everybody else is, that's what I do care about. Because if you are proving your point, you have to care about winning. Nobody goes to a debate and says, I hope to lose. That makes no sense. Why would I be a fighter in an arena and say, damn, man, I don't care about winning? Doesn't make much sense. I'm a football player, but who cares about touchdowns, right? You have to care about this. But the other thing too is like I'm a Christian ethicist. If you look at the Crucible, Andrew Wilson, people like that, those are that's my boy. So any belief he has, he doesn't care about winning. He just cares about belief systems. So Courtney, if you believe that society should be better, because I see you cover a lot of relationship content, and you say, well, men should sleep around because we're kings if we do this, but you're complaining about hoes at the same time. Well, hold on, you're contributing to the very same problem you're talking about by making more hoes. So to me, what I did was I just called it a contradiction, which is my belief system. And maybe a win just came with that, right? That's what I do. And that's my brand. I do debates and I love stomping the shit out of people, right? Who says you can't love doing this while also changing the world of the hearts and minds of people that watch your debate platforms. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for having me on your platform.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you coming on, bro. And look, keep doing what you're doing, man. Just keep stomping. Just keep stomping. Keep pushing.
Yeah, I'm always going to fight, man. So, yeah. Also, I don't mind being on one of your panels and just shooting the shit with people. I do that too sometimes, sparingly. So,
oh, yeah, for sure. All good, man. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, brother. Take care.
Yes, sir. Man, shout out to my boy Marte. Shout out to my boy Marte, bro. Solid guy, doing big things, man. Look, listen. He's doing some big things, and I met him through another podcast that I was on, with John Bailey. Shout out to him as well, bro. But Marte doing some dope things. He's gonna continue to keep debating people. I'm one of my biggest things is building relationships too. So yeah, man. But yeah, let's keep this train moving though. Let's keep this train moving. So I want to go to this next topic. I'm not gonna spend much time on it. But before I do, let me read some of these comments, though. Chloe literally tells women that men should have the right to paternity test at birth, for example. No, I agree. No, Spaces, I agree. You know what I'm saying? But I think more so in the fact of she's giving what she's doing. She's not giving the solution on how to do X, Y, and Z. She's just saying what should be. Well, this is what should be, or this is what men are going through. She's not giving the solution in regards to, okay, so this is what men are going through, but this is how we fix it. This is how we can fix it by doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's where he's coming from. Around women control access to sex. Men can't have consensual sex with women unless they allow it. That's a fact. That is a fact. I agree with that too. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to this next topic. So these women are, I guess you could say they're on the rise. They're called suburban black girls. I've done a reaction before on their content. They have this whole persona of, I guess you could say, I won't call it bougie, but your suburban black girl, your girls that you ain't gonna catch in the hood. They went to school, they grew up in a 2-parent household. This type, they're giving that type of vibe and what it's like to be them. And so in this topic, what they're talking about is the biological clock dilemma. So I thought it was interesting. So I want to hear what they got to say about it, and then I'll give my thoughts on it. All right. So I can respect what he said, but holding his own with Anger Man was egregious, and Destiny sucks and is feminine. Yep, Anger Man is dope. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Anger Man is tough. Marte is tough too, bro. Marte is good. Destiny definitely sucks. I think the reason why Destiny actually wins is because Destiny talks so fast and he filibusters a lot. He just goes. And so to the non-trained ear, when you hear people just go, and they just saying a bunch of shit, a lot of people just think that they're winning, that they're going to fuck off. Just how we hear a lot of women, kind of like the Jazzes. Shout out to Helga Pataki. But when we hear women, they just go, they just talk, they filibuster, they just talk. And then you hear you start seeing a lot of women in the background doing this shit as if they're cooking. But it's like, shorty, you ain't saying nothing. You just talking. Just a whole bunch of word salad that you doing. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't giving any substance. You saying a whole bunch of surface level shit. Shut the fuck up. That's what Destiny does. Because Andrew Wilson, he bust his ass on Pierce Morgan. So shit, even I think it was another chick that she's also a liberal, and she went in on Destiny. Bull City Facts saying Destiny is a great debater. It's crazy. It's a crazy take. All he does is not ask a question and say the opposite of what he. Yeah, and he does a lot of asking question with question. You ask him a question, then he'll turn around and ask you a question. It's like, bro, nah, nigga, answer the fucking question. It's the jazz effect. Damn, you took the word out of my mouth. For real. But look, let's go ahead and get into this next video, bro. Oh no, we don't want that view. There we go.
Generally do want children, and I've always wanted kids. At the end of the day, I want what God wants for me and whatever my path may be. Even though I would say it would be very fulfilling to have kids, you never know what can happen. I know people that have gone through IVF or had issues having children, and it's like, I don't want to put all my eggs in the basket of like, I have to be a mother. I want kids so bad, and it just doesn't work out. So that's why I'm saying I just want what God wants for me.
Hey, before I give my comments, I'm gonna play the video again. Just in case for the people just coming in. But if y'all can go real quick, send this over here into the chat, into the Chase's Discord, and let everybody know I'm live right now. I think I forgot to do it, but y'all do that for me real quick. You know what I'm saying? Do that for me real quick, please, and thank you. But let me play this shit again. All right, here we go.
I really generally do want children, and I've always wanted kids. At the end of the day, I want what God wants for me and whatever my path may be. Even though I would say it would be very fulfilling to have kids, you never know what can happen. I know people that have gone through IVF or had issues having children, and it's like, I don't want to put all my eggs in the basket of like, I have to be a mother. I want kids so bad, and it just doesn't work out. So that's why I'm saying I just want what God wants for me.
You know what pisses me off about a lot of these talking points that these women say? They want to go and put it on God. Listen, bro. You're not about to keep playing with guys, and you're not about to keep playing with my guy, bro. Listen. First and foremost, this is the rhetoric of a lot of women. It's not just black women. This is the rhetoric of a lot of women. When they get closer and closer to that wall, it's what God, I want, it's what God think is best for me. No, that's a coping phrase. That's a coping phrase. Because you choose to have these egregious high standards that you don't even fit the criteria of that man that you claim that you want, because you were so focused on traveling when you were in your 20s. You were so focused on your career, all of that shit. And that's fine. That is fine. But what I don't understand is why y'all believe that y'all can't do both. Why do you believe that you can't focus on the career and be in a relationship? Do y'all not know? Now, mind you, there are case studies where you see people who are single, they still become successful because that's all they can focus on. That's true. But what I also found is that other case studies have shown as well, you become 3 times more successful when you're in a relationship, when you're married to a person, than you are single. So with that being said, for all of you women who want to live the soft life, who want to live that luxury lifestyle, you want to live life the way that you want to live it, why don't you get in a relationship with somebody who is going in the direction that you want to go? Why do you believe? I always had this mindset. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because of how I grew up and how the fact that when my parents had me, they still I'm in my 30s and they still vibrant. They can still move around. I wouldn't want to be fucking 18 years old and my parents 65 years old, bro. Shit, I'm lucky if they make it. I'm lucky if they make it till I'm 30. You feel me? I never understood, why do y'all believe that it's only a hindrance when you're doing the things the wrong way. When you out here just fucking off just to be fucking off, you fucking off with the wrong dudes. You're not being intentional when you're in these relationships. You just want to have fun because you want to be a thought pocket. You out here dealing with the wrong type of men who ain't going nowhere in life because you so focused on how big his shit is. You focus on the third leg, pause. But now when that time comes, now you pushing 30. Now you seeing all of your friends, they're in relationships, they getting married, they having children, they're becoming successful, because I'm pretty sure these women, they are in different circles where they probably have friends that are successful. I'm just gonna call it what it is. They seem like the type. I'm just gonna say that. So now you're in this space where you're like, okay, we're all the good men that will. For the most part, a lot of these good niggas are married already. They're already taken. But because your standards are so high, and mind you, there's nothing wrong with having standards, but your standards have to be realistic. Not just having standards just to have standards. You got to be realistic as well. You got to understand where you are and where you're going. If you don't understand that, then you're never going to get the man that you want. You're never going to have the life that you want overall. Because I hear a lot of women sit up here and say, oh, well, if I never find the man of my dreams, then I'm okay with that. That shit sound good because you thinking God gonna drop something in your lap. You think God just gonna say, you know what? I feel sorry for you. Here you go. It don't work like that. And if it is, it's gonna be a simp. A nigga that you don't love, admire, or respect. Had this conversation on Bantam Border. Had this conversation. We were going back and forth about what Dr. Cheyenne Brown was talking about. The girls on the panel telling us, well, you're not listening to what she's saying. Y'all getting mad because women. No, we don't get mad, but we hear the contradictory. We call out the contradictory. I don't care what she wants. I don't care if she want a high value man that's high functioning. I don't care. But what I do care about is the contradictory and the shit that she's feeding, because this shit goes on to the media. Then you got women that was on the panel who sit up here and say, oh, I agree with what she's saying. I understand what she's saying. But did you hear the contradictory in what she was saying, though? Because when Buddy asked her, hey, so you telling me you'll take the low value man, but he's high functioning, versus taking the high value man that's low functioning, right? She's like, yeah. But then when she said, okay, so why don't you date that man? Well, because it don't fit my lifestyle. What the fuck are you talking about? But before that, when you were on the panel when you were on After Dark with Paul Pierce and Azar, you saying that you've been on and off with a dude for a long fucking time. So that tells me, because you deal with certain men, that means he must be of high value, but he has a very low vibration. Why? Because you sit here and said that this man is struggling with his emotional intelligence. He doesn't know how to regulate his emotions, which I don't believe that as well. But we just for the fact that he can't defend himself, I'm just gonna take your word for face value. You said that he doesn't know how to control his emotions. So that's why you just keep him at bay. You just bust it open for him for a couple of times, but it ain't gonna get nowhere. So all this contradictory that she talks about, and you expect me to believe what the fuck she talking about, and then you hear a lot of women come out here and spew the same type of shit, and you think I ain't supposed to call that out? Man, you crazy as hell, bro. But to go back to these girls right here, Shorty, you want the blueprint? Here you go. First and foremost, stop thinking this about you. It ain't. If you want the family, have your standards. First and foremost, have your standards. That's wonderful. But you got to understand what you qualify for. That's just like putting in the job application. You can't go and put in for the regional manager position when your skills only equate to just a regular employee. I don't care about your power. I don't care about, you're speaking it into existence. That shit don't work if you ain't put the work in. If the skills and preparation and all that don't come with it. It don't work like that. You're not gonna magically get the fucking regional position. You're not. You got to put in the work. You got to put in some sweat equity. You got to put the work in to get there. You got to build the skills up to get to that point. You got to shake. You got to shake some hands. You got to play the game a little bit in order to get to that point. You got to talk to the right people. You got to go to a couple of those after parties. What you call them? The company parties. You got to go to a couple of those. Shake some hands. Shake the right hands. Get into the right circles. So this is the same thing with men. You got to understand what it is that you qualify for. And then if that man is on the same path, that man that you find yourself attracted to, you figure out that he's on the same path as you, but he may not be the high value in regards to, let's just use Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's terminology. High value, meaning he's not making that much money yet, but he's on the verge of getting there. You should want to, and then y'all have the same values, the same principles, everything aligns. He just ain't making that money yet. That's the person you probably want to get entangled with. Jump on his road, jump on his line, and get on that program. And y'all can build together. Y'all can grow together. That's what it's about. It ain't about the person being at the finish line. Because when I got here at the finish line, guess what that phrase is gonna be then? Bitch, you weren't here shooting with me in the gym. You weren't here shooting with me in the gym. What makes you think you run anything over here? Then that's going to be a whole different conversation. See what I'm saying? Then that's when them prenuptials come tagging along. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. But hey, listen, do what you will. But I just gave you a solution though. Sometimes you just gotta date within the range of what you qualify for. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So let's go ahead and move over to, let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. has been in the media lately. He has been in the media for a hot second because at first, he was in the media for saying some shit about single mothers that he wouldn't date them, and then he was on his podcast with Brittany Renner and another chick talking to them about the situation, about being a single mom and all that. And he got pressed by Brittany Renner in regards to why he said what he said about dating single mothers. And now he's on the podcast again with Justin LeBoy, the Justin LeBoy show, speaking on, him making millions of dollars, but still going half and half, going 50-50 on the rent with his lady. So let's go ahead and dive into that. And let's see what he got to say about that. All right, let's rock out.
Girls pay for me.
While you was in the NBA?
Nah, not when I was in the NBA. But I'm talking about
rich.
I'm talking about when I was in high school. I used to go to Chipotle and I would have her pull out her card. But that was when I was broke. Yeah. Since I've had money, I've only brought like girls on trips or like gave them experiences, but I never like was giving them money or like buying them expensive things until my last relationship. I got into a little relationship with a girl who's from a city that I'm not from.
What city was she from?
That's a little bit of the expectation. And it was cool, like, because at the end of the day, if you love someone, if you care about someone, it's a better feeling to take care of them than it is to, like, I'd rather buy her something, buy her a little bag or buy her this than buy myself something. That's a good feeling. How long were you
in a relationship for?
I was talking to her for probably like a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me an estimate. How much money did MPJ spend in that year and a half?
Nothing crazy. I mean, probably like, but then I end up like telling her I'll split her rent with her. You know what I'm saying? I end up buying her something.
Hold on.
Yeah, dog.
I know you're not worth $200 million and was splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend.
You talking about that I should pay for the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Hold on.
$200 million deal and you were splitting rent with your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah. Because if you around me, I want to know you're here for the right intention.
I'm taking a fucking shot.
Listen, let me ask y'all a question, bro. Because see, this is something that I think there's a bigger issue here. As a man, let's just say everybody over here makes anywhere between $350,000 a year to $700,000 a year, right? Even you're not married to this woman at all. You just dating her. Are you going half on the rent with her? First of all, are you even gonna let her live with you? That's the question I want to know. Are you gonna let her live with you? I want to know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I just want to know. Is she still working? Hey, she's supposed to pocket all of the money, all of her money. Well, okay, yeah. So like, if y'all not living together, if y'all not living together, for sure, I'm not paying her rent, 100%. Yep, 100%. I'm not doing nothing. Yep, I agree with that, Spaces. I definitely agree with that because I'm not doing it. I don't care how much money I'm making. I don't care what the situation is, especially if you live in your own space and I got my own space. You think that I'm gonna pay for your shit and you expecting it? Yeah, you bugging. I don't give a fuck how much money I got in the bank. He don't live there? Oh yeah, absolutely not. I'm not paying for nothing. That's a fact. I'm not paying for nothing.
Like, what are you talking about? The right decision. You worth $200 million. Her rent was probably $3,000, bro.
Okay, but
she killing herself to make half, and then she always with you.
But look,
how is she even making
willing?
that half?
Okay. First of all,
take a shot of your water, just so everybody knows.
Oh
this is water.
Shot of my water, man.
Yeah,
season coming up. Cheers, my brother.
Crazy.
So
I know you lying.
So check this out.
I'm saying I'm not paying, bro.
Check this out.
You cheat, brother.
Check this out. Let me get into this.
Yeah.
It's very hard when you have money, as you know, to tell a woman's intentions, right? So I had never.
Bitly can generate QR codes like this, and they have a variety of different looks and styles. You can customize it to match your brand.
People call it tricking. I never spent money on it. I had never bought girl expensive gifts before this last girl. And it was cool to do. Like, I liked making sure she was fly. I liked making sure she had nice things.
Right.
But I still wanted to know that she was with me for like the right reasons. You know what I mean? Because every dude in this particular person's past had money. So I never wanted to feel like a girl was just with me because of what I have and what I could give her, which, you know, that's not a bad thing. If a woman says that her type needs to have money or she's only going to be attracted to do with money, I'm not saying that's wrong, because at the end of the day, a man is supposed to provide for a woman.
Right.
But
you was providing half the rent.
No, so watch this. I'm just saying,
She just
my
had to be half
mindset,
your girlfriend.
my mindset was like, okay, I still want to know she's in this for the right reasons. So she's looking for a new apartment and she's looking at these different apartments, you know, in her price range or whatever.
Right.
And I'm not going to live with a girl until I'm married. I feel like if you move in with a girl, you're living with a girl, you're dang near married. So I never wanted to do that. So
you never lived with any of your
never
girlfriends?
lived with a girl.
Smart
I'm not
move.
doing that until I'm married. So basically,
Yo,
she's looking around. she's looking around for her apartments, and she came across one, but it was way out of her price range. It was like double what she could afford. So I was like, you know, this is really nice. I want you to be able to stay here. I want to be able to pull up and stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you afford? And I'll split it. I'll pay the rest. So I ended up doing that. And I was like, yo, whatever happens. And I want the people's advice on this too, because I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna give. I am the.
So
no,
basically, bruh, I said whatever happens in this relationship for the next year, I'm committed to paying this rent.
You're a year by year guy. You committed to the NBA year by year. You committed to.
I'm
your
like,
woman
because
year
I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna be together. I don't know if this is my wife. I don't know if it's not. So I'm like, okay, for this next year, I got you. Whatever happens, we could break up. I got you for this next year. I'll split rent with you.
You into it with the wrong mindset, though.
I know, but brother, I don't know. I just didn't know. So then we end up breaking up 5-6 months into the rent. And basically that's where I'm at now, where I'm like, man, do I keep helping her out, or is it cooked? Because she's not my girlfriend anymore, but I gave her my word. But at the end of the day, it's
what
like,
did she? How did the relationship end?
Okay, I gotta. Before he goes into it, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stand on what I said, but I'm gonna just say it. First and foremost, because you already put it out there, be a man of your word, stick to your word, finish paying the shit out for the year, because that's what you told her. Be a man of your word. That's one of the things. That's one of the biggest things for a man. Be a man of your word. All right. So you said it, stick to it. Hold yourself accountable, take the responsibility, pay for it. You said that you would, you got to stand on it. But you crazy as hell for even saying that. I would have told her, say, listen, man, can you afford it? If you can't afford it, you don't need to buy it because I'm not helping shit. Listen, bro, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. That would have been a red flag for me out the gate. If I'm going, if let's just say hypothetically, I'm making, I'm making $3-point-something million. I'm just gonna keep it on low end, $3-point-something million, right? $3-point-something million. And I get in contact with a chick, saying everything's on the up and up. We kicking it, and come to find out, shorty rocking with me, she about to move into a new place. Now, when I see that this shorty is looking, because I'm a really good observer, right? If I see that the type of house that she looking for, or the type of place that she looking for, and I can tell the way that she live her life and everything that she's doing, that she can't fit that budget, instantly red flags gonna go up. I'm like, why are you looking for this kind of spot? Excuse me, because the last spot I seen you in, it ain't got shit. This is a major come up. Where you getting the money from to pay for this? And I'm the type of person, I'm gonna ask the question. I'm like, hey man, so where you get the money from to pay for this? Well, I was hoping. No, you lying to me. Absolutely not. Well, don't you gotta see that it's these broke niggas. Like, nah, I never said I was paying for a motherfucking thing. You counted the money before you had it. Absolutely not. I'm not paying for nothing. You got me all the way bent. Pause. Not happening. So next time, big dog, don't promise no chick that you gonna pay half of her rent. Absolutely not.
Because of me.
Yes.
If it was because of her, but because it was because of me.
What did you do? Accountability moment. Brother to brother. What did you do that fucked this shit up halfway into the year paying her
She
rent?
probably gonna be hearing this too, huh?
Absolutely.
She definitely gonna be
share
hearing
your
this.
truth. Why did y'all break up?
Well, first of all, to any girl that I've ever hurt, I apologize.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
That's a terrible apology, but
terrible.
Continue going.
I feel it.
This part of the reason he's celibate right now. I want to hear this story, man.
Yeah,
I feel that though, Bull City, but at the same time though, if she live in the hood, I don't even need to be dealing with her. That's a fact. If she live in the hood, I don't even need to be dealing with it in the first place. If I find out that she living in the hood, I don't need to be dealing with it in the first place. That means that's no good for me. I'm straight. I'm good on you. I'm good on you. I don't need that in my life. Nope.
It was because of me, bro. It was the same thing as well, actually, we weren't technically boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. We had broken up a few months prior.
All your story. You never boyfriend and girlfriend when you decided that
we wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, but I ended up, like, it was because of me.
Okay.
And whatever y'all want to, like, it was definitely because of me.
Say your truth.
Yeah, dog.
Hey, wow, boy.
Yeah, dog. It was definitely because of me, brother. But
hold on. I got to ask you a question real quick. You keep saying it's when we wasn't really together.
Yeah.
How many days is that to you? If you and your girl break up today, how many days until both of y'all are actually single?
I'm single tomorrow. Hopefully,
this guy is toxic.
hopefully it takes her at least a few weeks to a month. But I'm single tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm in my head now. Now let me. There's a caveat to this because I don't want this to get clipped up. So if y'all do clip, put this part in there too.
What city was she from? Can you tell us?
Yeah, in a minute. But we ended things completely about, I want to say 2 months ago, month and a half ago, and I haven't done nothing since. Like when I'm talking about that, I'm really detoxing. I'm trying to figure out like myself. I haven't been with no girl since that situation ended.
You think she been with somebody else?
I don't know. Knowing her, probably not. But it ain't no telling, bro.
Are you like a stalking type of guy?
See, Spaces, I gotta be honest with you, bro. If you still live in the hood, I'm not dealing with you. Now, if you telling me that you got your life together, you know, you are from the hood, you used to live in the hood, but now you live on the other side of the city, you live on the other side of town, away from the hood, but you used to live over there, then we can have that conversation. Then I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Now we can have this discussion because you far removed from what you used to be and where you used to live. Now you over here on this side of town. You know how to operate a little bit better. You see that the way people operate over here, we operate different. You know, we are law-abiding citizens over here on this side. You know, we ain't all about that foolery over here. So now you understand. Now I can probably fuck with you. But if you still over there, ain't happening. You could be a wonderful person. It ain't happening, bro. You still in that environment. I don't want to be in that environment because guess what? At some point, I'm going to be over there. And I don't want to put myself in no situation that I don't need to be in. Absolutely not. Nope.
Do you keep tabs on them? You ain't check her Instagram, like nothing.
You think like checking the gram is like stalking her?
Absolutely.
Like, for real?
Hell yeah. If you see her following 608 people.
Oh, no.
And then the shit's 613. I'm going to see who's the next 5.
And but how are you going to see who it is?
Bro, God gonna tell me. When I'm scrolling, my eyes could scan the newest person that a girl's following. What?
Okay, see, I've never been that type. Like, I'll go and see if she's posted anything on the gram, on her story, like see what she's up to.
So you watch it from a fake page?
No, I watch from my real joint. If I'm not blocked, I'm going from my real page.
How you find it when you block?
I got me a little burner, but
that's what I'm saying.
If I
Stop
can,
being too cool.
No. But I will go look at her story and go look at her page from.
Nah, bro, that's too much. See what I'm saying? That's too much. See, that's too much work already. You know what I'm saying? What if I don't want her to know where I stay at yet, though? You feel me? What if I want her to pull up at my spot yet? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go to her spot. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, don't even go to her spot. I'll meet her somewhere. You know what I mean? We kick it, have a little fun or whatnot. But other than that, I'm good. The area I live in, it's gated. I'm straight. I don't want you over here. I'm good. Hey, that's facts. I don't have to tell her, but at the same time, if I want her to come over, she gonna have to find out. She gonna have to find out sooner or later. And regardless of the situation, if I invite her over to my crib and she find out where I stay, I'm good. I'm good. No, that's fine. Exactly. Her spot don't have to be nicer than mine. I ain't tripping about that. I ain't worried about. I just need to make sure that you are at least outside of the 10-mile radius of where you used to live. If you used to live in the hood, I need you outside. I need you outside of that 10-mile radius. I need it to at least be 30, 35 minutes minimum to get to that spot where you used to live in the hood. I need you on the other side of town. I need you walking in the Whole Foods. Sprouts. I need that to be your new thing. Ain't no one. You know, the super Targets is your new place where you shop for clothes and shit like that. You know what I mean? I need all.
From my real page, but if I'm blocked,
that's savage.
If I'm blocked, then I'll just go from a burner. Cause why would I care if she sees that I'm looking at her stuff from my real page? Like, we was just in a relationship. Of course, I'm not gonna act like I don't care. Like,
right.
So if she sees that I saw her story, like, people also will go through their whole story views to see if one person. I don't do none of that. Like, I don't do that for me, and I didn't even know girls did that until recently. Like, they really will know if you look at their story.
So,
you know, a lot of people think that in order to conceal carry.
See, that's where you wrong, Spaces. That's where you wrong, Spaces. Nope. Nah, fam. Nah, big dog. That's a no for me, homie. It's a no. Listen, bro. I'll never brag. I'll never brag on, in regards to the women that I've dealt with, but understand this though. I haven't had an issue in that area. And I have really good discernment on the type of women that I deal with. Nah, that ain't it. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Maybe it's my own ego. Maybe that is what it is. But I'll be 110% with you though, big dog. I ain't found my lady in the hood. I didn't find my lady in the hood, bro. Bruh, nah, Spaces. I ain't doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Nope. See, that's what I'm saying. See, we already messed up. See, nope, I ain't pulling her out of nothing. Shorty, if you can't, here's my thing. If you can't pull yourself out of the situation, why should I have to pull you out of it? Nah. I need you to be able to pull yourself out of that situation. So so at least I understand that you know how to maneuver, that you ain't a victim, that you ain't waiting for a handout or somebody to come save you. Once I see that, which is hence, look, you got out of the hood because you understood that you didn't want to be in that. You wanted more out of your life. So you moved 45 minutes away from where you used to say you live on the other side of town, on the far other side of town. The people that you used to hang with in that hood, you don't even contact them no more. You got new friends. You got new friends, and you listen to different music. You eating different foods. You drinking different wines. Shit, you doing different. You going to different events. You ain't even going to the same. You don't even go to clubs no more. You go to speakeasies. You feel me? You feel me? Like your life is different. But you from that side over there. But you understand that you got to move entirely different over here. That's what I would look for. So if anything, if I'm gonna find you, you gonna already then move yourself from over there to on this side. And I'm gonna have find you. Then you gonna tell me about your backstory in your life. Like, okay, well, this is what I used to do. I used to be in that life. Oh, word. Okay, so what got you out of that life? So what made you decide to say, you know what, fuck this, I'm done? Well, I wanted more out of my life, and I felt that all the men that I was dealing with, or if I was dealing with certain men, they was playing games, and I didn't want to fuck around with these bum ass dudes over there. All right, bet. Now we talking. You got any kids? No kids. What? Hey, now we talking. Now we cooking with fish grease. You talking about making investment? You talking about you made investments, and you putting your money in stocks, and you building your portfolios. You want to own properties and shit like that. I see. That's what I'm talking about. You want to have a family, and you want to build, and you want to grow together. You want to be feminine. You want a man that's gonna lead you. You ain't with the masculine shit, but you gonna do what it is that you need to do to help your man to become the best version of himself, and you're gonna alleviate the weight off of his shoulders, so that way he can really dial in and focus on the things that he needs to do in order to get us where we trying to go. That's what we talk about. That's what we talking about. My real wife is at her own place up the street right now. She had to go get some egg right. Facts. Hold on, what the hell? I put on me?
Oh my god.
She's from
somebody bring me a shot, please.
Nah, she from LA.
Oh yeah, so
that's why, like, that materialistic nature. Like, I just wanted to make sure she was, we were rocking for the right reasons. Yes. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those girls out there, they'll date a 65-year-old dude.
Oh yeah, they gonna get that shit paid regardless.
Money. Yeah, if he got money, they'll. So I just wanted to make sure it was.
Yeah. So
listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure I hit the bell notification, and let me know what y'all think. But here's the thing, bro. I'm not simping for no woman. I'm not. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care who you know, who your father is, who your mama is, what you did it. I'm not simping for you. Don't care. You can say, well, nigga, you what makes you think that you deserve, bro? I don't care, nigga. I'm me. I'm not simping for you. I'm not doing none of the above. Oh, you gotta pay me to get. But all right, well, shit, you gonna be by yourself there because I'm not doing none of the sort. You gotta pay me $20 to get my number. Shit, you can keep that. You can keep that number. Be gone. I'm not finna pay you for nothing. You crazy. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I can get to know you before I spend a dime on you. I can get to know everything about you that I need to know before I decide to even spend 50 cents on you. Mitch, I won't give you a bubble gum out the bubble gum machine for 25 cents before I get to know you. That's a fact. Not happening. You feel me? Not happening. So I'm not finna do this. That's why I understand the simple behavior, man. That's why I know you can tell the dudes who ain't never had it before. You can tell a lot of guys who ain't never had it before, and when they get it, they use it and they use it as leverage and they lead with it. It's like, oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, baby girl, don't even worry about it. Shit, I must break bread on you. Let me take care of you, shorty. Nah, I'm not telling you none of that. What's gonna happen is you gonna work for it. 9 times out of 10, if I deem that you are worthy of it, if I deem that, okay, like shorty solid for real, you know what I'm saying? Now I can open the door just a little bit to let her know, like, hey, listen, I ain't no scrub over here, but I'm not gonna open the door all the way open. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna open the floodgate. You gotta work for it, bro. Just how they make you work for everything. Nah, you gotta work too. It's a two-way street. I'm not gonna do that. He said, I am a little more generous than Courtney. She can get the bubble. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. Listen, bro, you can't get a piece of bubble gum from me. Nope. Not the bubble gum machine. 25 cents? Nope. That's an investment. Ain't happening. They ain't even an investment. It's a liability. Ain't happening. Nope. But in all seriousness though, you gotta work for that shit, bro. You're not just gonna get it to me just because you attractive or you think you a baddie or nigga. I don't care if you came from dating an NBA star before me. I don't care, bro. That's just how much confidence I got. I don't care. That nigga can be 6'7", be a multi-millionaire type of nigga. I'm like, okay. And your point is what? You still ain't with this nigga. Oh, so what they got to do with me? You still ain't with this nigga. What you mean? First date? Nah. I ain't say first date. I ain't say first date. When I meet you, so here's the thing. Here's how I rock out, bro. Here's how I would rock out. Here's how I would hypothetically how I would rock out. First and foremost, if I meet you somewhere, let's just say I'm shopping and I'm getting some shoes because I'm a shoe guy. I like shoes, right? So let's just say I'm in the mall, I'm getting some shoes or whatnot, and I see somebody I'm attracted to, go get the number. First things first, I'm not taking you on no date. We ain't going on no date. I'm not finna take you anywhere where there's money involved. What we gonna do, I'm gonna meet you somewhere publicly, and that can be somewhere simple. This is dead serious. I'm dead ass serious. It can be a parking lot, it can be a park, it can be anywhere. Anywhere that doesn't involve me paying for anything. And what we gonna do, we gonna have an intimate conversation. We gonna sit, we gonna talk, we gonna walk, we can do it, we can get some exercise in, we can get some step in because we focus on the fitness journey, we focusing on becoming the best version of ourselves. So we gonna walk, get these 10,000 steps in, we gonna have conversations, ask each other questions back and forth, get to know each other. Because how women say, I like his vibes. So we gonna get the vibe out with each other and really feel each other out, see if we really rocking with each other, right? Now, that's considered the first date. That's considered the first date for me. Like, all right, shorty solid, attractive, great conversation. I like what she's talking about. I see where her mind is at. And still, I'm still going to be pressing a little bit on certain conversations. I want to get certain things out the way first. I want to know, what her background is. I want to know did she grow up with two parents in the household? Does she have a great relationship with her parents? Was there any traumas in her life? Oh, I'm asking all the hard questions up front because I need to know this immediately. You feel me? I'm asking all the hard questions up front. And then once I deem that, all right, shorty solid, so now we can move on to the next day. Then I'll go for the second date. He said at least a quart of water. But see, that's what I'm saying. Look, that's why I prep. That's why I prep them beforehand. Listen, bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, if they rock with you, you ain't got to worry about buying them nothing. This is what you do. They want you to lead. So what you do is you hit them up. After you get the number, you get them in the mall, you get the number, right? You hit them up. Like, listen. Because the last thing you want to do, is wait 4, 5, 6 days. Like, that shit's over with. Listen, what you got going on tomorrow? As soon as you get the number, boom, you hit her up. Because I don't do that whole wait 2-3 day bullshit. Nah, I hit him up that same day. Listen, what's good? Look, it was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you today. You know what I'm saying? Look, check this out. I know I didn't have much time to talk to you today, but I do want to get a chance to kick it with you, vibe out with you. So what you got going on tomorrow? I'm thinking about going to the park, get my steps in. I want to get some exercise in, after I hit the gym or whatever. Want to get my steps in, get some walk, just walk, get my exercise in. Want to make sure I'm healthy. And I would like for you to join me on that. Are you open? Cool. If she say, yeah, look, all right, cool. Make sure you bring yourself some water. Make sure you grab you some water. Because see, in my head, I'm going to have my water bottle. So therefore, I don't want to put myself in a position that I got to stop and get her water. I'm already prepping her to let her know, look, we finna be walking around this park. Bring you some water. So I ain't got to bring it. So I ain't got to buy nothing. We locked in. So she going to pull up. She going to bring her water because she already know what she expecting. She expect we finna be walking. We finna be getting some laps, walking and talking. She got her water. I got mine. No money spent. You feel me? I'm just saying, bro, like, hey, listen. This is where I start to push back against men. If we sit in the car or go on and walk and talk, that's cool. But spending the small bit of money really isn't that big of a deal unless a guy's but that's the thing though. I get you. But again, that's why I push back. I don't need to. I won't need to spend the money. Now, of course, now if she just so happened to forget the water bottle, she's parched. No, I ain't no asshole. I'm not just gonna not buy her and get her no water. But the point of the fact is, I don't need to do it in order to get to know this person or this first date. I don't got to spend money to get to know you. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? So, but I prepped them, I pre-prepped them, but that's also a point of paying attention too. If I told you that I'm about to go work out, if I told you that we're going to be walking, to bring yourself some water, because I don't know you from a can of paint. Yeah, you can look at it as just me being generous, but if that was your homeboy and you told him the same thing, would you actually get him some water though? Depending on who you are, you maybe not. But 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna be expected to get him no water. He gonna have to figure it out himself. Now, come on, Bull City. You remember back in the days, the hose was it. You play outside all day, you gonna get that green hose? Come on, bruh. When it's a summer day, you've been outside running around all day, and you get a chance to get that cold water from the hose, bruh. Come on. You can't tell me that wasn't the best water you ever had in your life. Can't tell me that wasn't the best water you ever had in your life. On God. I would take them anywhere I am already because I'm eating at and they can get what they want, nothing more. Nope, ain't happening. We ain't eating no food. We ain't eating no food. Absolutely no food. That walk and talk stuff only works 1 or 2 times. What you mean? What? Nah, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. No, it don't. It don't work 1 or 2 times. If she rocking with you, she gonna rock with you. Because the fact is, she ain't worried about the day. She just want to spend time with you. That's the fact. She just want to spend time with you, bro. That's real. That's real talk. If she really fucking with you, she don't care about where y'all go. And that don't matter about what her status is. If she really rocking with you, she gonna rock with you. And now a lot of women are in their fitness journey. A lot of women are, they focus on their health and their body. So that's dope for them. They're like, shit, oh, where we finna go walk? Man, I got shit. They gonna say it themselves. Oh, I got my water. I'm ready to walk. Shit, we good. I ain't even have to tell them. Boy said that Courtney make them drink out of the river. Nah, I wouldn't do that, bro. Y'all think I'm an asshole, bro? I ain't no asshole. I'm just saying. It was just an easy target. Nah, fam. Listen, bro. I ain't no asshole, bro. I ain't that kind of guy. But I'm just saying, though. There's ways. There's ways around it, bro. And having to pay. But all I'm saying is I'm taking it to an extreme to just to illustrate a point, though. You don't need to pay. You don't need to pay in order to get the attention or to get the chick. You don't really need to. That's all I'm saying. Now see, y'all got everybody thinking I'm an asshole now, bro. That's crazy work. But look, bro, let's go to this next topic, man. So this one here I thought was interesting. This topic here I thought was interesting. It's still in regards to social media, but I don't know if y'all ever heard of social proof. With David Shands and fuck, I keep forgetting her goddamn name. Dana. Is it Dana? I forgot her name. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, let me look it up real. What's her name? Real quick. Because I want to say that I follow her. Let's see. Daisy. See, David Shands. Her name is. Yo, what's her goddamn name? Cause she was on tonight's conversation too when she went back and forth. Now it ain't Dana Bash. It ain't Dana Bash. Watch. As soon as I find it, as soon as I see her name, I'm gonna know what it is. But now she was on tonight's Donna Wiggins. See, her name is Donna Wiggins. She was on tonight's conversations with Cooley that one time, when everybody thought that she kind of cooked Cooley or whatever the case may be. Her, that chick. So her and David Shands, they have a podcast together. It's called Social Proof Podcast, where they typically talk about business, money, podcasting, and all that. And and I was fortunate enough to go to the podcast summit in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, and it was pretty dope. Not gonna lie, it's a dope setup. Got a chance to see David Shands, got a chance to see Donna Wiggins. Shorty kind of tall in real life, but it was a dope setup. It was fire. Great experience. Met a few people out there, so it was solid. But today, ever since the Charlie Kirk situation, Donna Wiggins, she's been making a lot of posts in regards to the Charlie Kirk situation. She's giving her thoughts and opinions about it, which is fine, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't rub me the wrong way, but I was like, damn, I didn't even know you thought like that as a businesswoman. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have expected that coming from a woman like her. I'll say that. And so it just kind of took me for a loop, but then they started talking about social media and everything in regards to got to be careful of the things that you say on social media, that free speech isn't, free speech doesn't mean it's freedom of consequences, which I agree with. But let's go ahead and get into it, and then I'll give my thoughts. All right.
or you can't chase.
Not their validation, not their approval.
100%. So there are a lot of people that would maybe, because we have this, I might change my language to appease them when I don't talk like that. I talk in ways that are engaging. We have conversations. Like I set a post, like I learned this new word called trauma bonds or something like that. And I just made this little post about it. And somebody DM me like, you just learned that word?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
I mean, it wasn't in a mean way, but I'm saying if someone took it in a more direct way, I'm like, well, it was an engaging way of framing it. So I frame stuff in a way that I think is going to be more than just saying what's said. You know what I mean? That's what makes me a content creator.
I love that you care so much. And I don't. I say whatever I want to say.
Right.
I do.
I don't think I care that much.
Nah.
I don't care enough to alter how I talk or post.
So I've never been afraid to just speak my mind. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Right.
Sometimes it might get me in trouble. I talk a lot about whatever I understand about what's happening in the political world.
Mm-hmm.
I talk a lot about crime. I talk a lot about happiness and success and AI and all the things. Whatever I see that I have an opinion on or a feeling about, if I feel like posting about it, I will. The other couple weeks ago, Charlie Kirk passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have prepared Thomas's breakfast for you to savor together.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, are English muffins from England?
Heavens no. They're from the pan.
Here we go.
And I don't give a
I love it. I love it.
And
take me through there.
Take me through there. Take me through there. No, but a few weeks ago, Charlie Kirk passed away. And I do think that he died in a very tragic way, right? I don't necessarily think that violence is ever the answer. However, after hearing some of the things that he said that I had not heard a lot of at this length prior to his passing.
The racist stuff.
But more specifically, yes, the racist stuff, but also more specifically, there was an interview where he was asked a question about gun violence. And he said, well, I believe that some death by gun violence is going to be necessary in order to protect our rights, right? Those were his words. And then he died by gun violence. Like, he had very strong opinions about school shootings and people who died due to gun violence. He said that he had no empathy in those situations.
Wow.
These were basically things that were necessary to protect our rights. Like, this has to happen. And so I posted on my stories that clip where he said that. You know, I said, I want to be clear. I don't agree with his assassination or his murder, whatever it is. But I do find it interesting that he died by the same philosophy that he championed, right? Then people start sending me things about him. And I find another interview where he was talking about Black people. And he said, I mean, I got to tell you, like, if I walk onto an airplane and my pilot is Black, I'm immediately questioning whether or not you're qualified. If I go into a doctor's office and I have to be placed under anesthesia and it's a Black woman in there, I'm immediately questioning the qualification.
Oh shit. See how they don't get the full context of what they talk about. They just say a sentence that fits the narrative and then they try to run with it. You see that? See, bro, take me through that. Take me through that. See, bro, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right, bro. Y'all ain't right. But nah, bro, like, real talk. Every Black person that I've come across, even the ones that's on TikTok and on Facebook, and it's crazy that I'm even still on there. On Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, the same individuals, they keep using the same sentence. Oh, he's saying these racist things. How come y'all don't quote the full context of what he said? He said, based off of DEI, when you look at and I'm paraphrasing on this, when you look at, because of DEI, if I walk through an airport and I see a Black pilot, I want to make sure that, like, hey, is this person actually qualified? Or were they a DEI hire? Because everybody was so prevalent on the DEI instead of just the person's actual skills. That's what they were talking about, but they don't want to give the full context. And this is the problem what I have with some black people. This is the problem. But they're gonna call me a coon. They're gonna say that I'm the one that's being poisoned by the white man. They're gonna tell me I'm the one that's being fed bullshit. But there was a time when I grew up, when I was around predominantly black people, and they were spewing all of this hateful bullshit, and I was doing the exact same goddamn thing until I got outside of that, and I started to look at things from a more objective standpoint, and I started to see things from a different lens. It's like, maybe everything ain't racist. Maybe everything isn't black and white. Maybe it's not technically the white man. Maybe it's the fact that it's a crab in the barrel mindset that these niggas got over here. So they blame everybody else except themselves. Because what happened is my eldest brother, he made it clear to me. He was like, look, bro, let me make it clear to you. Everything that you got in your life today ain't have shit to do with the white man. You are where you are because of the effort and the work that you put in. The money that you make, the investments that you make, it ain't have shit to do with a white man. It had everything to do with you and your knowledge and the things that you've learned and the things that you've implemented in your life. It didn't have shit to do with the presidency, it didn't have shit to do with the government, it didn't have shit to do with the state, it didn't have shit to do with the mayor, it didn't have shit to do with the city, nothing. You. And so the more I looked at it, and then the more circles that I got into, and I started to realize, like, hey man, and the more I started to see more black guys, and again, this isn't about black and white, but I'm just doing this to make a point. And the more circles that I got into that I seen black men that were successful, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? So they telling me that black people being held back, but I see this nigga over here, this nigga making millions of dollars. How? Who did he have to suck up to? But then come to find out, this nigga have to suck up to nobody. He just playing the same game that everybody else is playing. He's playing the same game that everybody else is playing. He learned from other individuals that are doing it, and he implemented it into his life. And boom, now he's in that position. And so when I had the luxury to talk to these people, it's like, hey man, how did you get to the position where you at now? Well, these are the things that happened in my life, and these are the things I had to do. These are the actions that I had to take. I had to get away from certain people in my life, but these are the things that I did in order to get me here. Like, the higher you go up on the totem pole, the less they worry about what's going on racially. They don't care about the white man, the black man. They don't care. They just care about the money. They care about, can you get the money? Like, if I invest in you, am I gonna make my returns back? It ain't just about the black man or the white man. Yeah, there are some. I'm not oblivious. I'm not ignorant to it. I know there are some racist people out here. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, you can be a black man and you can be sitting there talking to a white man. And he would tell you every single thing about what it does and how you can do it too. All you have to do is ask the fucking question. And you have to be interested in it. Literally, sit down. I've had many conversations with men just being in a cigar bar. Just sitting there kicking it, smoking a cigar, asking them a question. Hey man, is that your Ferrari outside? Yeah, that's my Ferrari outside. Oh shit. Okay, how long have you had it, man? I just bought it. Oh damn, you just bought it. What did you save up for? Like, what you do? No, man, I own a business. I own an X, Y, and Z business. Oh, word, what got you into that business? Boom, you start asking the questions about them, because people, they want to, because the higher you go on the totem pole, the less friends you got, right? And the more people care about themselves and they want to talk, they want to give the information, but don't nobody really care because everybody just want to get things from them. But when you start to ask them questions about them and they start to talk about themselves and you just listen, you just soak up the information. Ask them questions. They're going to talk. They'll talk your ear off. And you just soaking up all the knowledge and learning different things. Then eventually when they stop talking, they're going to ask you what it is that you do. And they're going to tell you that they can help you figure out some things. You're like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Okay, so let me take this back and let me implement this in what he said. Now you got your contact. Now you got your contact and your phone worth $100 million. Just off of a question, just off of a simple question that led to more questions, that led to more follow-up questions. But people don't want to say that. They just want to look at the race of everything. They think everything is racist. They don't want to get the full context of things. They just want to, oh, I heard him say this because of a 15-second clip. Oh, that nigga racist. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. I love to know what CK said that was racist. I also love when people say, I find it interesting when talking about it. You see what I'm saying, JG? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand that either. Courtney, let me ask you something. If you walk into a black-owned establishment and see a white person working there, are you out? Are you out, or are you not going to have questions and thoughts? I'm not going to walk out. If I like the establishment and there's great customer service, I'm not leaving. I'm not asking questions. I'm not going to ask any questions, but I might be a little, if it's a black-owned establishment, it's going to raise a question mark in my head. It's going to be like, interesting. But the question that I'm going to have is like, how the hell they get this job? What did they have to do? What do they have to do to get this job if this is a black-owned establishment? So yeah, there's going to be certain questions I'm going to have. 1,000%. I'm going to have some questions. I'm not just going to walk in there and just ignore it. I'm going to let them, interesting. I try to tell my wife that all the time. She gets angry when I highlight that. Yeah, for real, bro. Only color that matters is green. Facts. People want to tell you about them, but you have to ask the right questions. Exactly. You got to ask the right questions.
He said that. And so I shared that too.
In what context was he saying it?
Exactly what I just said.
He wasn't using it as an example of something or like trying to frame
exactly what I just said. And so I shared that post, and this black man came in and said, I don't ever see you talk about black on black crime. I don't like, he was like, this is an unfair way to highlight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'm going to have some thoughts. I'm going to have some questions. 100%. If I walk into a black owned establishment and I see a white person now, I'm going to have some questions. I'm like, hey, bro, and it's not because I have ill intent behind it. You say this is a black establishment. I'm expecting to see a whole bunch of black people. Why that white person over there? And it's not because I'm racist. I'm just calling it for what it is. You say this is a black establishment. There's a white person here. So what's going on? What we got going on over here? And my thing is, I don't shop at black establishments unless the customer service is great. Because I'm sorry, because all black businesses aren't alike. You got some that got shitty customer service, and that's one of the biggest things why a lot of black businesses fail, because their customer service fucking sucks. Just like what Wallow was talking about. You ain't finna finesse me out my money just because. You ain't finna finesse me because, oh, it's a black establishment. Nigga, I don't care.
Him, I don't ever see you talk about black on black crime. I don't ever see you championing like black people making good decisions. And I'm like,
yes, he does.
You don't see me talking like,
it's exactly. And I'm sorry for pausing it, y'all, but I'll let it keep playing. But that's exactly what CK meant with the pilots. Yeah, exactly. And most of us with common sense, we knew what he meant. But some of us people, some of us black people, we got that victim mentality. And we think anytime a white person says anything that's questionable in a sense without getting the full context is instantly racist. It's instantly, well, what you mean by that? Shorty. Because of the topic of DEI, he said, I don't want to walk into a fucking airport and getting on the plane and I see a black person. I don't want to have to wonder if that person was there just based off of a DEI hire. I want to know that person was there because they are qualified and they have the skills to be there, because there was a black person that was talking to them. So therefore they had to make it relative in regard to the conversation. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Here's my thing. I'm never going to say that certain people shouldn't have a mic. Everybody should have a mic. If you got a mic and you want to speak and you feel as if you want to put your face out there and talk and have a conversation, do your thing. I don't care. But understand something. If you're going to make a claim, if you're going to make a statement, please get the full context of what the person is saying. Stop just taking 15, 30-second clips, and then next thing you know, you want to make a full-on assessment and opinion about a person that you don't even know nothing about because you weren't even making content about the man before he passed away. I myself made plenty videos in regards to his content. So I know, nigga, if I see a racist motherfucker understand something, I'm going to call it out. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're white, I don't care if you're black, if you're Mexican, I don't care. I'm going to call you out. And if I don't see it, I'm going to call that out too. Like, no, I don't see it. I don't see what you're talking about. Make it make sense to me. If I miss something, show me. But if you can't prove to me, if you just going to tell me, hey, bro, see, this what I'm talking about, man. Y'all niggas don't listen. You can't read between the lines. Okay, if you say this person is racist, show me. Prove to me. Give me the evidence so that way I can look at it more effectively and I can go through with the fine-tooth comb like, you know what? That nigga actually is racist. But until you give me the information, no, he's not. And you can't change my mind on that. I've seen racist niggas before. May not have been towards me, but I've seen this shit before and I know what it looks like. And that ain't it. I see a lot of black racist motherfuckers too. I can point them out. I've seen it. So what we talking about? What is more equal opportunity than a black established hiring a white person? Excuse me, I'm sorry. You said what is more equal opportunity? Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. You got to cover the Tennessee state situation, bro. I definitely will. I'll cover that. I'll definitely cover that. It's not even just black people, it's white people who say the same shit she's saying. It's people regardless of race who want to continue to perpetuate white versus black. No, I agree with you, JG. I agree with you. Yep, there are a lot of white people too who sit on that side and they're trying to group with some of the black people as well. Oh, this is racist. No, he's not. And I'll argue them down too. No, he's not. And I can say that, and I can say that confidently. No, he's not. Until I'm shown something different, until somebody shows me where I get a full context, I get a full video of him saying some racist shit, not some edited version where they clip everything up and bring it together to make it seem like he's saying some racist shit. I don't want to hear it. We'll see that I grew up in South Alabama. He has seen it. Yeah, that's a fact, bro. I grew up in South Alabama. You feel me? Mobile, Alabama. Right there by the waters, right there by Pensacola. You know what I'm saying? Next to my, went to play basketball in Montgomery, Alabama. Y'all know about Montgomery, Alabama. 35, 40 minutes away from Selma, Alabama. So y'all know about Selma. Went to school my freshman year of college in Mississippi. Right there in Jackson, Mississippi. And in Clinton, right there in Clinton, Mississippi. So I know what I've seen it. I've seen people. Now, again, it hasn't happened to me personally. Maybe that's just a fortunate situation for me, but I haven't seen it. I haven't experienced it myself. All right, Spaces, I appreciate you for tapping in with me, big dog. Appreciate you. I got you, fam. I got you. But yeah, man. So I don't understand what these people be talking about, man. They just be talking because they hear everybody else's talking point. The next thing you know, they want to use that shit, and then they want to go and spew all the hate and all. I'm like, I ain't got time for that.
I'm so pro-black and so pro-life and so pro-good decisions. I talk about it all. If these Mom, 5 minutes.
Go talk though. You know what I'm saying? You're free to say what you want to say.
YNs out here doing YN stuff, I'm going to talk about and address that too.
Cool.
And so then he sends me a screenshot of my page, right? Now, this is where we start to take things so out of context, because whenever I typically am expressing myself like on politics or sadness, negativity, that typically doesn't make my news feed or my main timeline, because I just don't want sadness and negative energy right there forever, right? But I am going to talk about it on the podcast. I am going to talk about it in my stories. So he sends me a video screen recording of my page, just like a typical Black woman, always want to talk about what's wrong when white people do it, but I don't see any mention on your page of black on black crime. And this is a black man saying this. I'm like, did you just watch the clip that I posted? Sir, if you were his pilot, he's thinking about exiting the plane because he's questioning your qualifications. If you were his doctor and he's in a position where you have to save his life, he's thinking twice about using you. Are you looking? And then you're going to my page where you won't see me talking about white on white crime, white on black crime, Asian on on Indian crime. You don't see me talking about any crime there. So people will perceive things the way that they need to perceive them, and then they will create ways to justify things that simply just don't even make sense. But when it comes to my opinion, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody except me.
Well, at the same time, though, if you're gonna put smut on somebody's name, Donna Wiggins, if you're gonna sit there and call somebody a racist, you need to make sure you got factual evidence to back that shit up, not a 15-second clip. That's the point. I'm gonna call you out on it. You can't sit up here and call somebody a racist and then turn around and not have the factual evidence behind it. Did you take the time to listen to the video? I don't want to hear about, well, that's all I needed to hear. No, it ain't, because you need the full context of what he said. Prime example. I'm gonna give you a prime example. So couple weeks ago, we had the Bantam and Barter show. I had my brother show up, right? My eldest brother showed up on the show. And we were having the conversation about, y'all remember the Chicago stabbing, right? With the black dude and, with the Russian woman, with Ukrainian woman, right? In the Chicago train. So myself and Unbiased Raw, as y'all know, from Bad Chases J Ben, we were talking in regards to what happened in that situation. Me and J Ben, we were just like, hey man, sometimes you just need a good ass whooping from a young age. A lot of these kids ain't get ass whoopings at a young age. That was the initial comment. We said, look, sometimes you just need an ass whooping. A lot of kids just need that. They need that shit nipped in the bud. They never got the ass whooped when they were younger. And so you said that was Charlotte. That wasn't in Charlotte, bro. The stabbing, the dude with the dreads with the that was in Charlotte. I thought it was Chicago. The stabbing with the Ukrainian chick, I thought that was Chicago. But neither here nor there. But the point was, we said, look, they need more ass whooping, just because a lot of kids, I ain't know that. I thought it was Chicago. My bad. Well, I misspoke. But we were saying that a lot of kids need their ass whooped. It ain't the fact that they got these, they get diagnosed with ADHD or schizophrenia and all this shit. Sometimes they just need a real deal ass whooping. And they didn't get that when they were younger. Right? So my brother heard it. So a few minutes later, I elaborated on the fact of what discipline a child is. I didn't say just beat the child. I gave clear context of what I meant by they need the ass beat and what discipline actually is. And so that context was, look, I'm gonna give you enough rope until you hang yourself, right? And somebody can clip this right here and say, I'm gonna give you enough rope to hang yourself, and the next day they'll take that shit off and say, oh, well, he said you hang yourself. No, I didn't say that. But I'm just using it as a form of expression. You give yourself enough rope to hang yourself. Meaning, I'm gonna give you 1 to 2 chances. I'm gonna give you 2 warnings. The first time, I'm gonna tell you, no, don't do that, because this can happen. Second time, listen, I told you the first time, if you do it again, there's gonna be an issue. And then you test me again, that means there's disciplinary action. That means belt the ass. I'm putting the belt to your ass. Right? And then I'm going to tell you why I put belt the ass. Why? Because spare the rod, spoil the child. That's what we believe in. And so my brother was like, bro, you can't come on here saying that you're going to spare the rod. You can't be saying you're going to beat the kids, because you got people that come in and out of the live stream and they're going to think one thing that you said. I said, well, it's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility of people that come in and come out. It's not my responsibility to force people to come and watch the show. But what is my responsibility is to give the context of what I said, and that's exactly what I did. If somebody decides to clip up some BS and say that, oh, Courtney says that he beat his kids without giving the full context, That's a them problem. That ain't a me problem, because I leave up all my videos and you could always go back and get the full context of what I said. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They'll edit some shit, they'll clip it up, they'll split it. You know, they got all these different editing softwares. You can split the shit up, you can cut it out to make it seem like I said something that I really didn't say without giving the full context. And that's the same thing that these people did with Charlie Kirk. And that's why I was grateful to be able to speak in regards to this. And that's why I'm able to talk about it, because I've done a lot of content on Charlie Kirk. I've done a lot of reaction videos on it. So therefore, when a lot of people talk about it, they can go back and watch the shit. He hadn't said anything racist. And for the most part, he said a lot of things that I definitely agreed with. So this whole racist aspect, they're just spinning the narrative because they felt some type of way. They take one little thing and then they throw that shit. They just take it and spin it to their own narrative to make it fit a narrative that wasn't even supposed to be a narrative in the first fucking place. That's the problem. No, that's fair. No, that's fair. No, I get that. You know what I'm saying? Big brother always gonna be overprotective of a little brother. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's understood. That's always gonna be love. But you know, but at the end of the day, I'm still a man at the end of the day, and I got to stand on what I say. I got to stand 10 toes on what I said. You know, and I got to stand 10 toes on it. Because my brother's on the other side of the fence. He don't, you know what I'm saying? He don't spank his kids. I'm on the opposite fence of that. You know what I'm saying? We on two different sides of the fence. But yeah, I definitely understand that. It's definitely a protective thing for sure. You know what I'm saying? He always gonna look out for little bro, but I still gotta stand on what I said though.
I agree. And the reason I asked you the question about the context is because that's exactly how people.
Hey, facts, bro. Listen, that's something I know all too well, bro. Little brother is always gonna be little brother, no matter how old I am, no matter how old he becomes. I'm always gonna be little bro to him. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't take that lightly. You feel me? Little big brother always gonna look out for little bro. So, for sure, it's always gonna be love, my brother. Even though, you know, we may have our disagreements, he may look at some things in one way and I may look at things on the other aspect. But for the most part, though, we agree on a lot of things. It's just, you know, little things that we may disagree on, you know, as far as spanking kids. He don't believe in it. I do. So, you know what I mean? That's just what it is, though. It happened. We can't agree on everything, though. But at the end of the day, it's all love.
Opinions, just out of context. You say something, right? Where, and I don't know, I haven't like followed the story. Like when I see something I don't agree with, I don't get offended. I just like scroll past it, or you know what I mean. It's not that big for me, but people will take something that you said, and they take the clip of the thing that you said, and then they create a whole narrative around the thing that you said, without any like
just what Donnie's doing with
whatever.
Kurt.
I just went through this, which was just the weirdest thing that I just gave no energy to, and eventually, when all that kind of stuff happens, give it no energy, it'll go away, because it was so ridiculous that I was like, all right, well, I don't have the energy to do it, but what I'm practicing now.
I got a question from the viewer mailbag today. They said, Pat, what do you do with all the money you said?
I'll say this. I think I'm starting to understand what Anton and a lot of other guys do. I think I'm starting to understand it. They embrace, they wait, they long for the day that people clip their shit up and talk about them, whether they agree with them or disagree with them. They long for that shit. Why? Because when it comes to social media, good publicity, publicity overall is good publicity. You're going to have people that's going to disagree with you. You're going to have people that's going to say crazy shit about you. I'll give you an example. I came across a video. It's crazy. I came across a video. A woman created an entire narrative on Anton Daniels and Rita. And the fact that she was saying that, I guess it was a video that Rita made about Anton, shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? I'm not bashing them, but it's just a video I came across. And she was saying that she kind of made it seem as if, Rita was saying that Anton is crazy. Anton can, he has the capability of offing somebody, all this kind of shit. And then she was saying, she was doing a reaction saying, see, I told y'all, I told y'all Anton was crazy. I told y'all, I didn't see now Rita over there scared for her life. She don't want to be over there in that life, all that kind of shit. And I'm just like, So people really spinning a narrative on a life. Now, mind you, even though, Anton says, he lived his life like an open book, right? But we still don't know everything, right? But at the end of the day, we look at it and we say, everybody's making clips on this dude. Everybody's talking about him, whether they agree with him, whether they don't agree with him. But he stays in the algorithm. They talk about him. So that means that keeps him relevant, keeps people talking about him, keeps him relevant, keeps people talking about him. They clip him up, they talk about him. And I'm like, interesting. So now I'm like, all right. And now I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm still going to talk the way that I talk. I'm going to speak the way that I speak. I'm going to say and believe the things I believe on. But I'm like, hey, I don't think ain't nothing wrong with standing on business. People going to disagree with you regardless. And just like my brother said, look, bro, somebody going to clip this up. Somebody that clip this shit up and they're going to take it and they're going to spin the narrative. So let them spin the narrative. It's going to be for the people who listen to that. It's going to be up to them to go to the video and actually listen to it and actually get the context and listen to the context of what I said. But it keeps me in the algorithm. And that's when the light bulb hit. Bing! It was like, bet, say less.
Is not giving the thing the energy. You know what I mean? Like, people are really upset at what's happening in whatever's happening in their world. And my heart goes out to the people that are going through whatever you're going through. But we can't start forming opinions about something that somebody else says. I made another post, which I made a video about, and we'll put it out soon. But when someone starts telling me something about someone, I immediately get interested in the other side.
That's good.
Immediately. Like, if you are really, really close to me and I believe what you say, if you sat here and went 15 minutes talking about any other human being, my mind automatically goes to, I wonder what their perspective is. I just wonder. You know what I mean? Because I can't take one lens or one side and say, oh, this is the fact. But this is exactly what happens in social media, right? You've been through that, right? Where someone takes a screenshot.
You gotta start it over.
Oh, let's see.
And you're a black lesbian. Kirk has no problem putting his true beliefs about anyone who isn't a white rabbit conservative like him on full display.
If you're gonna remove my appendix and you're a black lesbian, black
I agree.
pilot,
You
say, I hope they are qualified. If I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman. I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Thomas Sowell and Justice Clarence Thomas are far better black role models to celebrate than Martin Luther King, period. End of story. This guy is not worthy of a national holiday. He is not worthy of godlike status. In fact, I think it's really harmful. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52. I'm going to trust the Lord. I know what we're saying is true. I was disappointed because I said, listen, guys, you could hate what I'm doing. You could criticize it. You live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist. I live when I believe.
And Chank, y'all know that's the person's actual name. But people got that misconstrued. They thought they was calling a person. They thought that Charlie Kirk was calling somebody Chank outside of their name, but that was the actual person's name. So just food for thought.
What do I do? Kirk has no problem putting his true beliefs about anyone.
So how do you hear that as a black man and defend that?
I started on.
Oh, I'm glad you asked that goddamn question, Donnie. Donnie Wiggins, because I've said it already. And to be honest with you, I kind of hope you hear it. I do. I hope you hear it. I hope somebody clip this up, and I hope they see it. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to answer. I just want to get this out the way. Give me a second. So, how as a black man do I see that and then I'm able to defend it? Well, it's because, Donnie Wiggins, if you know social media and you know you got to take social media with a grain of salt, when you see 15 to 30 seconds of a clip, you got to understand and use your discernment as a person, as a human being, use your smarts to understand that, look, this is a clip. I need to go listen to the full video of what's being said here, because the 15-second clip in itself doesn't give it justice. I can't just take it for what it is. I had this conversation with one of the panelists on the Banter and Barter show. Make sure y'all check Banter and Barter out on every Tuesday, 7:05 p.m. But I had a conversation and we were talking about Myron Gaines. And she said that she doesn't listen to the Fresh and Fit because it's always a hatred upon women. And I gave her I said, listen, have you ever sat down and listened to an entire show of the Fresh and Fit podcast? Yes or no? She said no, because I never had the energy, nor did I want to sit down and listen to it. I said, okay, so the things that you heard was from a 15-second clip, right? She's like, yeah, that's all I heard. I said, exactly, that's the point. So you made an entire, you got an entire opinion on just a 15-second clip on what this show is about, but yet you choose not to listen to an entire video, the entire podcast, to understand what led up to that point that was clipped up. You don't take the time to do that, but yet you scroll up through social media and you see somebody edit a whole bunch of posts and you run with that narrative that you see on that post instead of saying, you know what? I'm going to take this. I want to go listen to what he's talking about. I want to go see what he got to say. I want to listen to the entire thing, whether I agree with that point that he just said, but I got to get the full context first before I can make a full decision or have an opinion on what he just said. Because I can't, as much as I want to get offended, as much as I want to be triggered, I got to see how everything played out before and after that, because I may be missing something here. But a lot of y'all don't do that. And that is y'all fucking problem. That is y'all's problem. So you can sit here and tell me that, oh, you get fed a whole bunch of bullshit. They feeding you whatever you want to hear. No, nigga. What I do, I sit back, I listen, I may hear a 15, 30-second clip, and then I go and listen to the video so I can get the full context, so that way I can give a more educated opinion or thought on exactly what was said. Y'all don't do that though, because a lot of y'all, and I'm not talking about Donnie Wiggins, I'm not talking about David Shands, but I'm just talking about people in general. Y'all are ignorant. You think you saying some shit, oh, well, that's all I need to see. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Social media is not a real place. Let's be real. I can edit some shit. Now that we got AI too, so you definitely got to go through the shit with a fine-tooth comb. You can't take everything for face value. That's a fact. You see a lot of these niggas out here right now claiming to be millionaires and shit, and they going to jail for Ponzi schemes, for goddamn finessing people out of they goddamn money. Real estate people going to jail for bullshit. Bro, you can't take everything for face value. That's why one of my biggest things is I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm a multi-fucking millionaire and tell you, listen, bro, if you listen to me, dog, I'm telling you, bro, listen, bro, go take this goddamn, this 8-week course. I'm telling you, bro, you're going to be a multi-millionaire. I'm not finna say you that shit. I'm not. But what I am going to do, I'm going to teach you the things that I've learned and what I am doing to implement into my life. And that's helping me grow and build. So you getting the Courtney in real time. So the Courtney today and September 27, 2025 is going to be far different in September 27, 2028. It ain't going to be the same. The bag is gonna be bigger. The platform is gonna be bigger. I'm gonna be helping more people get to a bigger bag. So that's what we're gonna be doing. But understand, you getting the real me, you getting the authentic me in real time. I'm not portraying to be something that I'm not. So therefore, if you see a clip from me, understand something, that there's more context to what I said. If I say something that's outlandish, if I say something that's a little bit polarizing, guess what? There's more context to it. So do yourself the service to go and listen to the fucking video, because I always clip it. I always link it. You go to the link and you listen to the video, and then you hear the full context of what I said, instead of just going off of a 30-second clip or a 60-second clip. That's what you're supposed to do.
You asking me?
Defending the fact that
you're talking about the person that
sorry for talking so long.
Defending the fact that he shouldn't have been assassinated, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But black people were defending his character.
Yeah.
And for me,
yes,
maybe it's just my own ill perception.
Yep,
I don't understand it. And if you're somebody who enjoys Charlie Kirk's character and you have like a perspective that I should consider, I'm really interested. Because whenever we start to defend
you heard it here,
characters of individuals who speak so vilely about us, I'm like, what must have happened in your life? Or what's your experience?
Shame and language.
What do you understand about forgiveness that maybe I don't understand about forgiveness that makes you still validate this person's character?
Nah, I feel that. I think there was some rapper. I forgot who the rapper was, but it might have been, who's the rapper? He's having kind of like a battle with drugs. He wear the gold teeth with the hair.
Oh, Chief Kodak Black.
Kodak, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is he the one that Donald Trump pardoned and got out of prison or something?
Mm-hmm.
So when he gets out, he's pro-Trump or whatever the rappers are that are like pro-Trump or whatever. And
Snoop
maybe
Dogg, Nelly, Kodak Black. Let's keep it going.
But some of the people that maybe
you got them bro, like who hurt you? Like what you mean who hurt me?
So
bro?
They might say something like,
nobody.
Hey, man, I love me some Trump, and then they'll play the clips of like all the racist stuff Trump says, and that person still loves Trump because Trump got that person out of prison. So that person's perspective says, I don't know what y'all talking about. I rock with this person. And guess what? You got to let them rock with that person. Because
and
that's
in that
their perspective.
case, I understand it a little bit. If Trump personally pardoned you and got you out of prison, I don't even know the rules behind that. Can you speak negatively about this man? Like, are you allowed to? You know what I mean? Is it part of the agreement that you have to say something good every 6 months? I don't know.
But you wouldn't want to say something bad because they may be a horrible person, but that horrible person did something for me. And all I care about is my world. I don't care what other people saying. I don't care what he said about y'all black people. That's my
But
friend.
for my black behind, I'm free.
Exactly.
I's free. And I get that because they had a.
Oh my God, yes. See, this is the problem, bro. Oh my fucking God, bro. I'm so sick of that sometimes, bro. And let me preface it by saying it's not all black people. It's not all black people. It's not, bro. Just because you got money, that don't necessarily mean you off the plantation, bro. It's a mental thing for y'all. It's a mental thing, bro. It's mental. Somehow you can't get off the plantation mentally. Somehow you still think that you a slave. Somehow you still think that you're oppressed somehow. Somehow you think the white man is still after you. Somehow you still think that, that there's the white man is after you. Dog. Look at you. Donnie Wiggins, you got your own platform, bro. You got your own platform. What are you talking about? You just came from a successful podcast seminar in Atlanta, making dope money. Other creators, other podcasters that are in there that paid to come see y'all and talk to y'all and get perspectives from y'all to get more motivation, to get more insight on how to become better podcasters, how to become successful podcasters. What the fuck are y'all talking about? You talking about somebody being racist? That man ain't racist to you, bruh. How the fuck is he racist? What white man are you coming across? What world are y'all fucking living in? Or is it just something that you're trying to do to remain relatable? So that way you can still relate to the black community. What the fuck is it, dog? Because from what I see it and how I see things, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You living good. You living your life good as a single mom. You and your bestie kicking it. You out here going, you out here taking trips, you out here working your ass off. You making money. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're a millionaire now. You doing big things, and you still over here. Cool. You can say what you want to say. You can talk about politics. That's fine. Freedom of speech. Do your thing. But understand something. But at your point, at your big age, in your position and the things that you do, the visibility that you have, it is your responsibility to make sure before you go and try to call somebody a racist, to make sure you do your full-on research, to get the full context of what somebody says before you try to deem them as a racist. Because guess what, Shorty? You are in a position where somebody can sue you for defamation. Now, I'm not saying that you called them a racist, but what I am saying is that the way that you're going about this, and I've seen a couple of your posts. Oh, what about the George Floyds and all that shit? Listen. I didn't see George Floyd, and again, I don't agree with what happened to George Floyd either. So let's be clear about that. But George Floyd wasn't a Charlie Kirk. George Floyd wasn't going to college campuses debating people and talking about families and talking about God and standing 10 toes on what he believed in. He wasn't doing that. There's two different things. You can't compare the two. What happened to all of those who were wrongfully killed, all of that shit was egregious. 1000%. Everybody talked about it. 100%. There was an entire uproar about it. Everybody talked about it. So I'm not gonna sit here and do this with y'all. I'm not. If you're gonna talk about one thing, you gotta be equal on the other side. You can't sit and say, well, what about the George Floyds? What about this, that? Because y'all had the same issue when I was talking about Black Lives Matter. When the white people were saying, well, shit, what about what about all lives matter? All lives matter, right? No, it's just about black people because we want to be heard. Nah, nigga, hold that same energy when they said the same thing about Charlie Kirk. When everybody was praising Charlie Kirk, when everybody was defending Charlie Kirk, nah, hold that same energy. Like, you know what? I get it, big dog. I understand it. This ain't my fight. It was wrong that he got killed the way he did. I ain't got nothing to say. That's what you should have did, but y'all ain't. Y'all too busy want to go. Y'all want to make it black and white again. Well, what about the George Floyd? You know what I'm saying? What about the Trayvon Martins? What about all the rest of them that got killed unlawfully? And then y'all try to use the whole, well, he was killed by his own. Okay, cool. So go and have that same energy for the same people in our black community who are being killed by the same black people in the community. How about you go and have that same energy too? Y'all ain't got that kind of energy though. Yeah, that's exactly what I think it is, bro. She don't want to lose her relatability. That's exactly what I think it is.
Personal experience. That's no different than maybe in our friend group, there's a falling out with two people, but your personal experience with each of them individually won't let you choose a side.
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah. But that's not the dynamic.
Won't let you choose. And that's another problem. Why you got to choose a fucking side? Why do I need to choose a side? Just because I'm black don't mean I got to go with you just because you black. Nigga, if you wrong and you black, I'm not going to go with your side. If you white and you wrong, I'm not going to go with your side, bro. But if you black and you right, I'm going to go with your side. If you white and you right, I'm going with your side. What are we talking about? I'm choosing the side of right, bro. I'm not going to your side just because I'm black and you black. No, nigga. It don't work like that. I'm not going to the white side because I want to feel accepted. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about being accepted by the other community. The only person I need acceptance from is God, bro. Like, I don't care about the acceptance. Nigga, I'm going to be me regardless. I'm going to be me regardless. I'm going to be Courtnee Edgar regardless. Whether the white community accepts, whether the black community, it don't matter. I'm not looking for the acceptance of other people, bro. I'm not. I'm going to do me. And whoever decides to follow along, whoever decides to jump on the train with me, no matter if you're white, black, Mexican, Ethiopian, whatever the fuck, it don't matter. And if you don't rock with me, cool. Don't care. Keep it pushing. Well, you missed the train and we gonna keep this train going.
Dynamic that we're talking about.
Yeah. But well, I say that to say that person may have had something or, you know, some sort of experience, or there's some things that really resonated with that person and it changed their life forever. Like, for instance, if like I Dr. Benjamin Hardy, incredible. He changed my life. I know the moment. Very few interviews changed my life, but that one changed my life and just expanded my mind. Now, let's say he comes out and starts talking crazy. Now, I don't like the thing that he did. However, I can't take away the fact that, like, there's a special moment in my life where that person was pivotal, and I can't like throw that away. You know what I mean? So I think I'm saying all this to say I let people have their own opinion and perspective. If you say I voted for this person or that person, or I love Charlie or I don't, whatever, I don't care.
Can we name this episode, Should Entrepreneurs Just STFU?
Limu Limo at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Probably should have gone the other way.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
My bad. No, I was saying I'm gonna stop right there. And so what I was saying was I was having this conversation with the person that was on Facebook, which sometimes I like to be toxic. I'm gonna just call it a spade, right? And so I was going back and forth with this person on Facebook, right? And so they were saying that, well, this person pretty much saying that, giving the same rhetoric in regards to what Charlie Kirk was saying and talking about he was racist. And I asked this person, I said, okay, I said, state your claim that this man is racist. Show me where he's racist without showing me a 15 to 30 second clip. I said, I want the full context. I want the beginning, the middle, and the end. Give me the full context of what this person said to prove to me that this man is racist. And if you can do that, I'll concede and I'll say, you know what? Maybe he was a racist. Failed to do so. But what she did decide to do, she decided to, well, if you're going to believe that, you're going to be fed what the people, what they, you know, you're going to eat what they feed you. So then you must be the ignorant one. And I'm looking at this motherfucker. I'm like, bro, I said, okay, give me the proof. I said, you could talk about feelings all day and say, well, just because they don't say the N word doesn't necessarily mean that they ain't racist. I said, I ain't tripping on that. I said, show me the proof and the evidence that proves your claim. If you can't do that, stop putting smut on people's name. You can't keep calling somebody something if you can't prove, or if you can't prove or show evidence in which that person was being that. You keep talking about, well, you got to read between. No, ain't no read between the lines, nigga. Can you prove it? Facts over feelings. Can you show me the facts? If you can't show me the facts, then I can only go based off of you are assuming, and you going based off of your emotions and your feelings. And you've been indoctrinated. And not only that, you still on the plantation in your mind, and you think that white people still give a fuck about you. And you think they really care. They got their own issues. They got their own issues. So you either need to do one of the two things. You need to stop hanging around the people that you hanging around. Because apparently y'all feeding each other a whole bunch of bullshit. You only look at things from a subjective standpoint. You don't look at it from an objective standpoint, and that's your fucking problem. You think that Courtnee Edgar hates his skin. Nigga, I love who the fuck I am. I love me, bro. I love my melanated skin, nigga. I love me. I love this person. I don't need acceptance from the white man. Nigga, I love me, bro. Look at me, bro. Look at this handsome individual. What are we talking about? Why the fuck would I want to hate myself? Why would I hate me? Come on, dog. Let's be real. But I was taught to use my brain. See, one of the things that they taught us in college is critical thinking. They taught us critical. When I, as a freshman in college, one of the main things that we had, one of the classes that we had to take was critical thinking. We had to use our critical thinking skills to think outside of the box. So that way we can have a full picture of what's going on. And that way we can give our observation based on it, based on what we see. Not just this one little thing. No, like, okay, I see this one little thing, but what about this thing up here? But okay, you see this, but what about this? Well, what about that? And so therefore it leads to more questions. Now you start to look at things from a broader spectrum. So now you look at things from an objective standpoint, not just a subjective. But they don't want to have that conversation though. But let me know what y'all think, man. So I want to go ahead and move on to the next topic. We cooking tonight, bro. We cooking tonight. Let's give myself a round of applause. We cooking. We cooking. We cooking. We cooking. So let's go ahead and go to this next topic of tonight. Cam Newton, 4th and 1 podcast. Shout out to them. So there was this TikTok influencer named Mr. Wood 7. He made a comment in regards to the situation with Aisha Curry being on, I forgot the name of the podcast that she was on. So a lot of people are on different sides of the fence about what she was saying. Was it something that was hurting Stephen Curry in regards to, based off of what she said previously in the previous years to now? And some people still believe that she's still, just pretty much disrespecting Stephen Curry. But then there are other people on the opposite side saying, listen, big dog, I don't think she said anything wrong. She just venting. She just saying what she used to believe, but I don't think they're disrespect. So let's see what Cam Newton, and let's see what Cam Newton got to say. And then I'll give my thoughts on it. All right. But shout out to the 4th and 1, man. They be doing some things, bro. Low key, I'm liking them jerseys they be wearing, bro. I'm gonna have to listen, man. Listen, bro. I'm gonna have to continue to keep pushing my shit out. I like them jerseys, man. Like that shit fire. You feel me? The style is pretty dope. Even though Cam Newton's style is pretty weird, but keep it over there. But I like them jerseys though. Them jerseys fire. But let's go ahead and rock out.
Nobody else noticed this, but Aisha Curry is putting in maximum effort to let the world know that she is struggling with trying not to cheat on her husband. And because she can just smell an opportunity to embarrass this man, because she gets on every interview telling everybody about just how frustrated she is with his success, how frustrated she is that women desire him, how much she wished it was her being lusted after by people who don't give a fuck about her, how desperately she wants to get attention from other men, how locked down she feels with the kids. Every fucking interview she goes on.
Press pause right there, brother.
Yes, sir.
Who is this guy?
This guy is Boo Woods. 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Boo
2, 3, 4. Let's come up with a rule.
Okay.
And it goes as I state. If you can't relate, there's no debate.
Okay.
Huh?
Can't relate, don't debate.
If you can't relate, you shouldn't be talking about this. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Pump your brakes. Because you're tripping.
Yeah.
You can't bag Aisha. You can't play with Steph.
Uh-huh.
So why? Yeah, and I think I have to use this as an example because there's so much that I relate to on this. So many people want to talk about somebody else's situation that has never been in that situation.
Yeah.
Huh?
Come on now.
And I know Wardell, or that's his daddy call him Wardell, but I'm gonna call him Steph.
All right.
Stephon Curry.
Facts, Bull City. Facts.
Steph. Yeah. Stephon.
That's when he done got in the time machine.
The other Stephon in
Right.
this climate.
Oh, no.
No. Let's stay focused.
Yeah, Steph.
Huh? You see what I did?
Okay, yeah.
Now, with this situation, he can't talk about this. And that's why I said, yo, Steph, you shoot a 3 with range. Let me shoot a 3 close proximity with this one. And so many times, fans, pundits, media members, all these folks got everything to say.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody asked you for your little 2 cents.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
You can judge my wife, but you can never be my wife. Huh? You don't know what she's going through.
I'll be with her.
Huh?
Yeah.
You ain't never bagged no girl that looked like Aisha. Huh? Let's just keep it above. Now, what's your resume? What you've accomplished? Huh? And I think
Hold on. Let me give a little theatrics too. You know what I'm saying? Let me rock out real quick. Give me a second. You know what I'm saying? Cam. Understand something, big dog. What I need you to understand, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Let me get close into this camera with you. Listen here, big dog. I ain't got nothing to say in regards to what you got going on in regards to the podcast. It's fire shit, right? What you did in the NFL, fire. What you did in college, phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get me a Cam Newton jersey. But I need you to understand something here. People gonna talk and people gonna say what they're gonna say. If Aisha decides to get on a podcast and talk the way that she talk, she is not above criticism at all. We already know what she's done before, but what you just did right here is try to tell somebody, well, because if you ain't in the tax bracket, you shouldn't be talking. Listen, I'm gonna keep it above with you. Aisha ain't even that bad. Oh, she ain't that bad, bro. I've seen better. She ain't that bad. And first and foremost, she got a man, right?
That needs to be said.
No, let me pause that. She got a man that is the top tier of the top tier, next to LeBron James, next to Michael Jordan. She got the best of the fucking best. She shouldn't be out here talking like that. Guess what? You don't see Savannah doing it. You don't see Savannah out here talking that shit. You feel me? You don't see her on the podcast talking about, oh, I never wanted to marry him. You don't see Savannah doing that, do you? But you see Aisha Curry do it. She constantly keeps disrespecting this man. She constantly keep getting on podcasts talking about, oh, well, you know, I want other men. I wish other men would look at me. I didn't think that Stephen Curry was going to be an NBA player. I was supposed to be the star. You don't hear Savannah James doing that. So tax bracket ain't got shit to do with that. There's a lot of bad bitches that ain't in that area. Understand that, big dog. She ain't that hot. Nigga, the only reason we know Ayesha Curry is because of Stephen Curry. Ain't nobody gonna know who the fuck Ayesha Curry was if Stephen Curry wasn't a thing. Who the fuck was gonna, nobody was stun her. Let's keep it, if we gonna keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck. She just would have been a basic chick. Oh, yeah, y'all don't want to have that conversation. She just would have been a basic chick. And you know that just as well. You know for a fact. And that's no disrespect to Stephen Curry at all. But I just got to call a spade, big homie. As a fellow podcaster, as a fellow person who's just going to give his 2 cents, whether it's warranted or not, I just got to call a spade. She just would have been basic. Cool, she got the pretty eyes. But we only know Ayesha Curry because she is Stephen Curry's wife. That's a fact. What we talking about right now? What we talking about? Let's get back to it, big dog.
When you keep it a buck, and if this was, I need to bet no expense to this because it's one brother to another brother.
Okay.
I don't want to let down my queen. But I know how I feel when somebody talking about you that ain't never had what you had or been through what you done been through.
Aww.
So respectfully, if you can't relate to this debate, pump your brakes.
All right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Talk to him.
No.
Yeah. In this situation, it's like, hold on, bro. You making content.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what you want to do.
Cool.
But this is where I insert myself and say, bro, relax.
Because this is really,
You're like, we good over here, bro.
No.
Like this narrative that you're trying to push about my wife, bro, we're good.
No.
Really up the ante when obviously Killer Mike stepped in and said what
I
he said.
think what happens here is I think Steph.
Let's keep it a buck. Listen, bro. Okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Thought that Killer Mike knew better.
Yeah.
Let's not comment on something that you know. Like, come on.
Killer, you know what's up.
Like, really?
Yo, he a goofy. Like, come on.
Yeah, come on. You entertaining this dude. You on to them comments.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You know what we go through.
Yeah.
Like whatever my wife do, that's what my wife do. That's what my lady do. That's what my girlfriend do. That's what my fiance do.
Yeah.
But if you can't relate, pump your brakes.
Talk to me.
Cut all that minutia. But Killer, you already know how it is. That people take certain stories and then they say, oh man, I don't know why she always embarrassing Steph like this.
And don't know the whole story.
Don't even know the whole story. Don't even want to read into the whole story. They just gonna say, why she always doing this? Steph need to leave her. Like, bro, dude, you know this is that's a gossip type situation, bro. And if you want to hedge your information on gossip,
now I'll never say that he need to leave her. I'll never say that. But what I am saying is he need to probably put a leash on that shit. You feel me? Like, hey, shorty, I'm gonna need you to pipe the fuck down. Cool, go on the podcast, but I'm gonna need you to refrain from saying certain things. Listen, feel free to talk how you talk, but I'm gonna need you to refrain from talking about me. I'm gonna need you to refrain from talking anything in regards that can even remotely look bad against me. Cool. No, at the end of the day, you are a representation of your husband. So if there are certain questions that are asked, you can either vaguely talk about it or don't go into detail. But I would never say, hey, bro, you need to leave your woman. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not. But the conversation needs to be had. Hey, man, I don't know what you're doing. Maybe it's a money grab. Could it be a money grab? Possibly. Could it be the fact that they want her to start getting more visibility now because Stephen Curry, I'm pretty sure he's on the brink of retirement, and she wants to live out her life as a superstar, and she wants to be the one that's in the forefront, and she wants to start getting her name out there, getting more visibility. That could be a thing. I'm not I'm not putting that, I'm not taking that off the table. That could be a thing. But if that's not the thing, and you just want to talk and you just want to put out information just to be talking, I'm gonna need you to pipe the fuck down. I'm gonna need you to turn that notch down just a little bit, because you're doing a little bit too much. You're giving a little bit too much information, and a lot of the shit that you're saying is sparking a lot of different conversations. Now, mind you, again, it could be a strategy. It could be a thing to keep giving them visibility. That could be a thing too. Could be something that may lead to a podcast with him and her. I don't know what that could be, but I'm saying, ain't no way you about to continue to keep getting on these podcasts and keep talking the way that you talking. Now, do I think that what she said on the Call Me Daddy podcast was egregious? No, I don't think so. I don't think what she said was in the sense of how everybody's talking about it disrespectful. I don't. But you getting a little too close. The things that you're saying is a little bit too close to that line of disrespect. So I'm gonna need you to calm down. You don't gotta spill all the tea. Sometimes just leave that for something else. Leave that between you and I. Keep it broad, keep it vague. Don't give them too much. Cause you out here making me look like a whole sucker out here in these streets. Nah, fam. And what you not about to do is make me look bad. You crazy as hell, boy. And it ain't about the tax bracket. Fuck the tax bracket. Fuck the tax bracket, dog. And to be 100% honest with you, nigga, the tax bracket matters, nigga. When I'm in that tax bracket, nigga, you need to make me look like everything. Fucking God. You hear me?
I said, what does that say about you?
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of all type of content, but brother, we got to understand, we got to come up with a rule.
Nope. Ain't no rule.
You cannot relate.
Nope.
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 Debate.
Nope.
Do not.
Nope. Nope.
Because
I disagree.
Now you start opening up a whole thing like, hold on, dog. Like, does he have it don't matter. Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Where were you? Well, now my dog needed help. Lawyers in the commissary ain't gonna pay this. Like, come on, bro.
Nah.
Like, where your motion at? It's easy for you to talk about a person that got more motion than the ocean.
Come on.
Lubed in the lotion.
Nope.
Ah!
Nope.
I'm trying to tell you, man, I'm potion, bro. I'm trying to tell you, brother.
Nope.
You ain't got no motion.
Uh-huh. You need to keep it coasting.
You need to keep it coasting.
Keep it coasting. I got you, boo. I ain't gonna let you down. You're around.
And you ain't got no motion. Just keep on coasting.
There you go.
It's a no. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. Nope. I disagree with you, Cam. I'm sorry, but no, you know what? I ain't sorry. No, I'm not gonna keep it pushing. And what motion we got? Guess what? We on the live stream. We cooking tonight. We on the live stream. We cooking tonight. We building the platform. We growing it bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We started from zero and we growing this goddamn thing. You feel me? Listen, we building this thing up. We're gonna be a big dog over here eventually. Don't worry about it. But what we not about to do is play this game. We not about to try to escape the conversation because of tax bracket. Oh, if you can't relate, then keep it going. No, nigga. Every man can relate on every level because there's a situation, nigga. You can go on TikTok right now. You hear a lot of chicks out there talking about their man, how they man ain't shit. You got a lot of story times going on TikTok right now. So it ain't got shit to do with your tax bracket. Chicks are talking on every level of the tax bracket. So they need to be checked. And a lot of them that ain't even on the tax bracket of Aisha Curry look better than Aisha Curry, but they still out here talking. So no, we ain't doing that. Check your chick, man. That's a fact.
Come on, bro.
That's all like what you had, Peg. You saved me, brother.
I'm in there, brother.
You found me.
That's a fact,
You
City.
found me.
That's a fact.
I'm trying to tell you. So I'm trying to like, bro, for real.
And that's the problem, bro. See, everybody think that you deserve, and this is the problem, and this is one of the biggest things I have. People think that you deserve respect only when you get the money. No, nigga, you gotta have the respect before the money comes. You gotta have the character before the money comes. That's why when you look at a lot of football players, you look at a lot of basketball players, that's why they looked at as lame, because they didn't have that swagger, they didn't have that character before the money. They only gained the confidence when they got the money. That's why we always talk about, well, shit, nigga, like, yeah, she gonna leave you, nigga. The nigga that ain't got no money, he busting her down, he ain't got no money. But you over here leading with your money, and she cheating on you with that nigga who ain't got money, bro. He didn't have to spend no money on her, but you did. And you still had to wait to get the box. He didn't. He got it the first night. He didn't spend a dime on her. So when we had these conversations, bro, like, nah, G. I don't give a fuck what tax bracket Ayesha Curry is on. And again, this ain't disrespect to Stephen Curry at all. But I'm just talking about in the broad scheme of things. These chicks need to be checked sometime. And it's not all of them. Please understand that. But there are a lot of them who just be out here just doing shit. It's like, hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to pipe the fuck down. You talking too much. Relax. And we not finna try to play this gatekeeping shit. Well, hey, bro, if you can't relate, then keep it. No, nigga. You know, on every level, there's chicks like that. Every level of the tax bracket, however you want to look at it. Ayesha Curry ain't the baddest thing walking. Ain't nobody checking for her like that. Let's be 100% honest. Ain't nobody checking for Ayesha Curry. Ain't nobody checking for her. That's why she was tripping. That's why she made the comment before, like, oh, I wish people was in my DM looking for me like they do. Ain't nobody checking for her, bro.
Like, I'm seeing this and I'm saying, oh, bro, you coming up with you're
Chad Holgram, exactly, bro.
Yeah.
If Steph Curry ain't coming out and saying, hey, bro, I'm really frustrated with my wife and those antics that she does.
You don't need to.
Yeah. We never seen.
Yeah.
Will Smith didn't say he was frustrated with his wife neither. Will Smith didn't come out and say that. But we saw it. We saw it in the red room. What was the red room, red table? We saw it. We saw what Jada was doing to Will. He didn't come out and say it though. So now we ain't finna, bro. We done seen this before, dog. We seen this before. This ain't nothing new. We looking, nigga, if anything, we looking out for Stephen Curry. This is the same thing that we saw with Travis Hunter. It's the same thing. Now, of course, she done got quiet. She done shut the fuck up. She in her lane now. She ain't out in the media. She kicking it. We ain't heard much about her. That's a good thing. We ain't heard nothing about her. We don't see her. Nothing. That's a great thing. Continue to be great behind the scenes. You don't need to be out in the front. You don't. And that's the problem with a lot of women today. Y'all want to be in the front so fucking bad. Y'all want to compete. Bruh, sit in the back. Chill. I don't need you right now.
We ain't never seen Ayesha, not handle her business in the way. Whatever they got going on is what they got going on.
Yeah.
And this ain't nobody else's business.
Nobody.
Well, don't put it out on the media then, bro. Don't put it out there then.
Be able to relate. Don't entertain that. Not that.
Don't put it out there.
And I love Killer Mike for obvious reasons. He's from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So when he says what he says, it's like, hold on, bro.
You're real.
Don't put it out there.
You're too real. What is artificial intelligence?
Come on.
Next clip.
Nope. I disagree with you, Cam. I disagree with you, big dog. I hear you. Y'all try to use that whole tax bracket shit, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. We know what it is. The real ones know what it is. And we understand that you need to check your girl, bro, because she out of pocket. That's a fact. Don't try to use that tax bracket shit because guess what? Killer Mike make big money and he talking about it. And I guess Stephen Curry called himself trying to check him. So it ain't the tax bracket thing, bro. We see what's going on. But hey, that's what happens. That's what happens. When your girl's out in the media talking the way that she talk, the next thing you know, when niggas start to talk on it, all of a sudden, y'all, bro, you need to be quiet. No, nigga, I ain't being nothing. Shawnee O'Neal started this. Shawnee O'Neal started this misconception of thinking we give a shit about the life of basketball. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, my thing is, why do you want the visibility? Why do you want the visibility? My biggest thing is this. Let me be real. I'm gonna be 100% transparent with y'all. Outside of this YouTube thing, because I'm gonna be doing this for a long goddamn time. We're gonna continue to run this shit up, and then eventually we're gonna start running up a huge fucking bag in due time, right? But outside of this, when I'm making investments, when I'm gonna be making investments into smaller businesses and things like that, or startups, or whatever the case may be, whatever I deem right for my money to be invested in, I know I'm gonna get a solid return on. You won't know that I'm an investor of it. The person that's actually doing the business is going to be the person that's doing the business. You won't even know that I'm an investor of the company. I will be an angel investor. I'm going to be behind the scenes being great. You won't know that I'm behind the scenes. I'm chilling. I don't need to be in the face. I don't need to be in the forefront of it. You don't need to know that I'm the owner of this business, the owner of that business, the owner of this business. You don't need to know that. I'm just the beneficiary of the company's success. I invested into it, I poured into it, and then with the profits that they make, I get a return on that, and I become great as a result of it. I don't need to put my face out there and be like, yeah, bro. So, you know, I'm also the investor, the angel investor of this company and this company. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do all that. I'm just going to sit in the back and be great and have my money, bro. And that's the problem with a lot of these women. Y'all want to be in competition with the men. Bro, if you got a great man, if you know that he's great and you got a great man, just sit in the cut. Be successful, man. Just bask in that shit. Chill. Sit in the cut. You making money. Don't nobody need. All you need to worry about is making sure that you are a great wife and a great mom. Everything else is taken care of. You ain't got to worry about money for the rest of your life. You good. You set. Your legacy lives on because of your kids. What a great woman you were. Cool. If you want to start other businesses, cool, do it. You can be an investor of the companies, but that don't necessarily mean you got to be the face of it. You don't got to be the forefront of it. I don't understand that, man. I don't understand it. But look, let's move over to this next topic, man. Let's move over to the next topic. Eight at the table, man. They're saying that women praise men like Cassie husband and Russell Wilson. I'm not sure exactly what they are talking about, so I haven't seen this. I just thought it would be interesting to watch, so I'm gonna watch it in real time together. All right, so let's lock in.
Cassie's husband.
You're gonna hate this. Just close your ears.
Is the definition of unconditional love.
You're a woman.
Okay. Let's keep listening.
And I love that for her. You know how I know good men exist? Because Cassie's husband, Alex Fine,
Just stop while we're ahead.
because Sierra's husband, Russell Wilson, exists.
I'm starting to see a pattern, but let's keep
Oh, those men are
my
not the same.
goodness.
Yeah, but what do they don't know anything about
That man ain't
Cassie's
nothing-
husband.
He ain't got nothing but God pumping through his veins.
Oh, y'all not gonna put my God in nothing. I might have to walk out.
All right, let's listen to two more.
He glistening, boy.
May all my girlies find a love that resembles the love that Alex Fine has for Cassie. Like, what a beautiful demonstration of what it means to be loved fully and fearlessly. And
I'm gonna give a little bit.
Can
of
we
my
skip
take,
this?
From what we've seen so far, it seems like there are a lot of women who don't really care what the love of their life receives, and they only care about what they receive from the love of their life. Let's keep listening.
thing y'all think of is, what's your husband gonna feel? It's because too much of y'all manhood is tied to y'all ego. A lot of y'all not.
I've seen her on TikTok before.
Somebody go check on Alex.
Yeah.
Somebody go check on Alex.
Seriously.
Right now.
I mean, to have to
That's
sit
my
through
vibe.
this court
Mine
case
too.
and hear all of those horrible things
It's
that your wife had
terrible.
to endure.
He is funny, huh?
But the worst part
is listening to somebody say they urinated.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view of
in your wife's mouth.
This is what
And taught him how to
happy
do
wife,
it.
Life culture looks like. This is what always listen to your wife looks like. This is what ignore my past and focus
Oh
on my
my
non-existent
gosh,
future
she's
looks
taking
like.
it too far
Y'all,
now.
this is what it is. Like, too many men's egos are toxic, whatever the fuck she said. What else in life, other than men dating women, because women wouldn't even do it, what else in life do you not vet the past of whatever you're going into? If it's a business relationship, if it's buying a car, if it's anything else, what else do you just totally negate the past of the person or the item or the business or the
This is
entity?
God right
What
now.
else do you negate the past of
Telling me
before?
to
And what
vet
other
the
situation?
past.
I don't know who tricked so many women into believing that.
That's crazy.
And she was already married.
Hey, I said that earlier. I said that earlier.
And she was married?
Married.
I said that earlier. I said this
That-
is embarrassing.
He just want, Alex, blink twice. We see you. But listen, secure the bag, bro.
That's all it's about.
Secure the bag,
I mean,
Alex.
he did get the
And-
bag.
But he got kids with that. That's a,
She's pregnant. Guys. The third one.
That's called palimony.
I
Pay me.
So I was actually talking to they were talking about this in the barbershop today.
Yo,
and,
I forgot. And it's so funny.
And when I say they,
Bro, she need to stay at the barbershop, bro. Real talk. She need to go to a salon. Like, why are you in the barbershop, dog? Like,
it was like
I need to get a haircut.
Me and my barber. And
us.
We have the news footage on playing.
What other people, it was like one more guy listening, and I think the other two guys, they may not even speak English or understand English. But anyway, and they're Haitian too. I was about to say, ooh, you go to the Hispanics.
You want it?
No. They were Haitians. I
Who gave him candy?
I just think that it was my hope that she had prepared her husband as much as possible, of course, before going into that courtroom. But my barber seems to think that there's no way possible that she was able to recall the details of all the shit that they did and relay that to her husband in the most salacious way possible that is being relayed, in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, man, there's no way she just let him walk into that. He was like, it doesn't matter if she told him stuff. There's no way that what she told him could prepare him for what he was going to hear. Yeah.
Allegedly,
he was part of the freak off.
So he knows.
I never heard that. So maybe, I don't know. This is what the streets of New York are saying. And when I say streets of New York,
White Plains.
I mean the barbershop. When I said the barbershop, I mean me and my barber.
You need to put that on a shirt.
I got it.
The streets was talking.
I understand. I understand it now.
This party is really, but barbers be knowing all kind of shit.
Because they low-key therapists.
Anytime y'all hear her say that shit, please don't take it for true.
At the barbershop.
Do not take it as fact. No, y'all know. I mean, it just happened to be in the middle of the day. I had to get a last minute haircut, but y'all know it be tons of people going in the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
So
6 degrees of separation.
this particular instance, it was just me and the barber, but usually
You got a good
It's the
person.
streets.
Well, it's on the street. Hey.
But anyway, so I just, again, I really hope that he was prepared as best as possible.
Maybe that's how they met.
Walking
during a freak off.
That's what the streets was saying.
Yo, stop.
I mean, some people just don't care. This
It's
YouTube.
Aaron.
No, it's not me. I don't know these people.
Aaron started rumors.
I don't know these people. Shit.
I mean, the streets have been right because when you think about all the things the streets have been saying over the years, everything has come to light. I mean, when
The
they
real
talked about
streets.
Jada and Will, when they talked about Diddy and these parties, when they talk about everything, the streets be right.
Why
Because
she
there's
look up her
there's
like
always somebody that's in these insider parties that's gonna bring back the truth, and then somebody's gonna be like, "I heard," And then we always end up realizing that the streets be really getting the real truth. It may be finessed a little bit, but for the most part, sometimes it's worse than what we get from the street.
It's always worse.
This is
worse for me.
It's worse.
I think Alex definitely probably met her at a freak off or something. Like knew her from the industry.
Definitely at the freak off.
Is he a famous
No. He probably works at 24-hour fitness.
Let me tell you something too. Let me tell you something too.
Maybe now.
I don't know what it is about. It's something about being a woman that got clout or something, or being a woman of a certain. I'm just being honest.
Dudes want to be around you.
They accept way more.
Yeah.
I swear. So when you're a woman that has fans or popularity, or you look a certain way or you live a certain way, men throw all of that in the trash. I want a woman that's like this, like that, and they be mad thirsty, and they be in your face, and they will.
Man, what type of men you talking about, man? Niggas who actually got character, men who actually have standards for themselves, man. Them niggas ain't checking for that type of shit, bro. You talking about them type of dudes that they just nasty, you know, they want to be Captain Save a chick, you know, they don't have any standards for themselves. Them type of niggas, yeah, of course they are. You know, the Drake types. But the ones who actually got standards, the ones who actually care about themselves, the ones who actually hold themselves to a higher standard, who have the decorum and all that, man, they ain't checking for them type of chicks, bro. They're not checking for them type of chicks. I'm not going at all, man. But look, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit that bell notification. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, bro. So let's go ahead and go to the last topic of tonight. I kind of want to move over to a little bit of money topics right now. And then we can finish off that way. So I don't know if y'all know who Tai Lopez is. He's a social media influencer and has been charged in $112 million Ponzi scheme by the SEC. So let's listen in on this and see what they're talking about, and then I'll give my thoughts. All right, so let's rock out.
Shack, Pier 1 Imports, and other brands accused by SEC of operating a $112 million Ponzi scheme. Okay, this is not a good look, but we don't know if it's 100% true or not. Let me just read this. Rob, can you pull up the story, please? Can you pull up the story? Mm-hmm. So a pair of e-commerce entrepreneurs who bought bankrupt retail giants, including Pier 1 Imports, Radio Shack, Model Sporting Goods, have been accused of running a $112 million scheme. According to a new lawsuit, the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission accused Alex and Tai Lopez, founder members of Miami-based retail e-commerce venture, by duping investors out of $112 million. According to the federal Southern District of Florida filing obtained by the Post, Mayer and Lopez were known for snatching up struggling brick-and-mortar brands and attempting to rebrand them as online shops. Their business portfolios also includes Dress Barn, Model Sporting Goods, and Steinmart, the suit as well. Mayer, an Iranian-born immigrant who worked in risky and safety management at NASA Safe Exploration Missions, teams up with Lopez at the height of the retail carnage in 2019, when nearly 10,000 stores went out of business. The Post previously reported Lopez also showed me some influence on a book, 67, on how to mention. Okay. All right. So what do we know about the story, Tom? What do we know about the story? Because I think what they were trying to do is Tai knows how to use traffic to a website. So he wanted to convert Radio Shack and all these things to sell the products through the internet. And so they picked them up. What happened next, Tom?
Well, apparently what he and his business partner did is says, hey, these are great brands. People remember Pier 1 Imports. It used to almost be kind of a combination of IKEA and, restoration hardware. You could buy all these things at Pier 1 Imports, decorate your house and all stuff like that. And so these brands, and Radio Shack, you used to go there to get Dish, you used to go there to get computers.
You worked with Radio Shack many years ago when you were doing Sprint, right? You guys were doing
absolutely. Radio Shack had what was called the store within a store. So one wall of Radio Shack was Sprint, and Sprint had put this wall together in partnership with Radio Shack for Sprint PCS, and they cranked out volume, and they were in all these small cities. They had kiosks, they had all these things going on. So once upon a time, these brands meant something to Americans, and they apparently, the SEC is saying, here's what you did. You took these two brands, you tried to get people to invest, and you were using those, and investors, according to the SEC, that there's a complaint that's going to come down about what they say it ended up being a $112 million Ponzi scheme. If this is what has happened, that means that Mayer and Lopez basically, got people to invest in this, and it didn't go that way. And now investors lost their money, or it was later when they say Ponzi scheme, it's like, Pat, that means later investors, early investors got interest payments or returns based on later investors. And it's like, you're the first investor and I'm the number 50th. I give them a check for $10,000 and they give you 2,000, and hey, here's 2,000 of your profit. Oh my gosh, that's working really good. And that's the Ponzi scheme nature of it. So this is bad. And this is coming down when the US SEC says that they're are accusing them. We're waiting to see what the indictment looks like, but this is never good. And when you've got people, Pat, you remember these guys? He had this program he would sell, 67 steps.
Of course.
Every now and then you'd see people saying, hey, I got out of alcoholism. I started a small business. 67 steps really helped me. I like that. That's a great story. And if on the other side of this, if this indictment comes down and then these guys are guilty, that's really sad. But right now, I think we got to let the SEC do its work. But a headline that's got your name in it, an SEC, an accusation, and 112 million in Ponzi is
and so for those, so just in layman's terms, so basically what that Ponzi scheme actually means is that, so if you get a new investor, so that's like you get a new investor, somebody comes in, you tell them about the business, you tell them what you want to do, they give you $10 million, and then they act as if that is a profit. You know what I'm saying? They put it on the records as if it's a profit, but it's really not a profit. It's just a new investment. So that's basically what it is.
Never a good thing.
Yeah.
Do you see a common thread with all these brands, obsolete products and business models that could not cover the overhead to sustain a storefront? I wonder what their thought is behind revival, if any. Man, to be honest, yeah, there is a common thread, bro. But I'll say this though. I think people just gotta be careful, man. A lot of people do get caught up. A lot of people do get caught up in the idea of these so-called gurus. And that's one of the things that they really have to be careful with. You really gotta be careful with these. Sorry, but you really gotta be careful with these so-called gurus, man. Anybody who labels themselves as a guru, people start labeling them as gurus, and you see a whole bunch of ads coming across talking about, oh, well, you need this type of money, and if you really want to build your business to become a multi-millionaire, you need to do this. Like, nah, I'm good on you, bro. I'm good on you. They start trying to sell me on the Lamborghinis. You trying to sell me on living a certain lifestyle. That's when it becomes questionable for me. That's when it becomes questionable. Because when I hit that certain position where I'm going to be able to help people build their wealth up to a certain position, I'm never going to label myself as a guru. That's one. And two, I'm never going to label myself as the person that's going to help you become a multi-millionaire. I'm not going to be that person. But what I am going to say is, look, these are the things that I'm doing that has allowed me to become X, Y, and Z. And these are the things that I'm doing. I'm not going to say, look, this is what you should be doing, bro. Like broke niggas out here. Like, I'm not going to be doing all that, bro. I'm not going to be doing all that. I'm just going to tell you what I did. Listen, you can take the information and run with it, or you could just say, nah, nigga, you bugging. I'm good on you. Cool. Just know that I'm good over here on my end. And the things that I'm doing is from a legit standpoint. I ain't out here trying to get over on you for no reason. No, I don't need all that. I'm good. I'm good. And pay out old investors with new money. Yup, that's exactly what they do. I used to go to the renovation conferences just to see the bullshit they were preaching to my investor clients. Yep, exactly, bro. Exactly, dog. It's a lot of them schemers out here, bro. That's why you got to be careful. That's why you really got to be careful who you talking to and who you investing with, or just who you doing business with overall, man.
Yeah, this is not a good look for Tai Lopez. I hope it's not true. Say it and so. We all remember Tai Lopez, one of the first OG influencers in the game. We remember him with his phone in the garage before selfies were even a thing, with the Ferrari in the garage with the books.
Yep, I remember.
I hope this is not true. Now, you know, a lot of people are going to probably do content about this. There's going to be a rush to judgment. Let's just remember, in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. He'll have his day apparently in court. But I hope, for Tai's sake, that he wouldn't do something like this. But this is why, you know, Pat always says, you never know. You got to play the long game with certain people. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I hope nothing happens to these guys. At one point, his content did inspire a lot of young guys, and I think Alex Mayer actually built a real business.
There's like a book business, something like that?
No, not the book business. Alex actually built something that somebody bought.
Yeah.
And what was the business that he built, Rob? Can you pull it up? He was it was a date. It was, I'm trying to see if it was a dating site or Zeus. There it is, Zeus. So go up to that one.
Zeus.
Oh, Zeus. He's the founder of Zeus. Yeah. So what did Zeus sell for? Can you pull up what Zeus sold for? What did Zeus sell for?
Melt sales objections with this book. I just got my black book of questions in the mail.
Yeah, that's his company. It was acquired for $255 million. So this is a real entrepreneur. It's not like they're not. Now, what happens here? I hope nothing happens as they go through this. And
no, I agree with you. I like funding my own products. You owe fiduciary responsibility when you take other. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And that's one of the things I want to make sure I get into, because I almost fell victim to that, wanting to when wholesale real estate was a huge thing and I was into it and I was doing wholesale real estate, I was really looking into using other investors' money to start buying my own properties and renovating them. But then when I looked at it from a broader scheme, I was like, man, hell nah. That means I gotta owe these people all this money back, probably plus some interest. I'd rather just take the longer route to get this bread up and start investing mine. So that way it's just my money that I'm using. So I don't gotta worry about owing nobody. Cause dog, when you start looking at things from that perspective, it's like, man, I ain't trying to owe nobody shit, bro. I want my own money. If I lose my money, it's because of me. I ain't trying to lose no money and then gotta pay this person back. It gotta go, man. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Who knows? Sometimes on the way you make enemies and people come after you. I hope this is a story that comes and leaves and they're fine and they continue growing their businesses. For her take, if you or somebody you know, Rob, just put the link below if you don't mind. Put the link below if you want to nominate anybody. I got swamped by so many messages. I'll nominate myself. I'll nominate myself. I'll nominate myself. If you have anybody that you recommend, we now have a list of over 100 ladies that would like to be on Her Take. And we're excited about it. We're going to build that into a top show for 2027, 2028.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, I don't want to risk any of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do it, but I don't want to risk it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put myself in that position to where something can go wrong. Then I risk being sued for anything. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to be part of none of that.
And very, very excited about that show. And I think it's going to turn to something very special. We had a very good Zoom yesterday talking about what the plans are with the show. What happened? What happened, Tom?
No, what you were talking about.
Oh, okay. So, and so having said that, for those of you guys that would like to nominate somebody, you can simply go to this form, put their name down. And the biggest thing for us is, guys, this person needs to have influence. You know, some of you guys are putting some, look, I've never posted a video on YouTube before. I've never done anything, but I think I would be great. We need folks that have experience doing this. So if there's anybody you like that you want to nominate, put their names there. Or if it's yourself and you're somebody that you've done a lot of content and you want to be part of the show, we'd love to talk to you. We're looking for.
Okay, because they doing promotion and shit. But overall, man, be careful. Be careful of these so-called gurus, bro. Be careful of the so-called gurus who out here telling you how to get rich and, you know, the quickest way to get rich and all that good shit. Yeah, are there legit ways to get rich out here? Yes, but you just got to be able to vet people properly, dog, and make sure you don't get caught up in no bullshit. because I know a lot of us want to be in better positions. I know a lot of us want to make, you know, a solid amount of money, but there's so many ways to do it. But don't look at the quickest way you can do it, because 9 times out of 10, if you try to find the quickest way to do it, guess what? That's going to lead you to destruction. That's going to lead you into bad places. That's going to lead you into places you don't want to be in. So make sure when you take information for certain people, make sure you vet it. Make sure you do your own research. Make sure you go, don't just take it with a grain of salt. You know, take the meat, spit out the bones, all of those different things. Don't just take it and then just run with it. Real talk. Yeah, because there's so many different ways to make money out here, but you got to make sure that you're doing things the proper way, so that way it won't hurt you in the long run. So, yeah, bro. But I keep up with this Tai Lopez situation, see what's going on with that overall. But it is what it be. Just be careful, man. Just be careful. Make sure you just vet people properly. Because it took me a minute. I ain't gonna be honest. It took me a minute to vet Anton. You know what I mean? Before I actually went into the Patreon, I was like, you know what? Let me dive into this shit. See what he's talking about, because he's talking some legit shit on the YouTube. So let me dive into the Patreon. And when I did that, I was like, oh shit. And then I started implementing the things that he started talking about, and it's been up. It's been up ever since. It's been up ever since. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna hold you. So yeah. And then there's other things that I want to get into, but you know, I gotta hit different milestones first. You know, I gotta hit the milestones on the YouTube first before I can start going to the next thing. Then once I hit that milestone, go to the next thing. So I got things in place and things in orders in which I want to do, but I gotta hit the milestones first. It took you a year, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It took some time, but yeah. Once I decided to pull the trigger, I was like, oh shit, I'm glad I pulled the trigger. Should have pulled it earlier, but hey, it is what it is. Hindsight's 2020. Hindsight's 2020, bro. But yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. This was a solid show. It went a little long tonight. I said I had a lot of topics, so I had to make sure we had to cover all those topics tonight. Yeah, man. Until next time, I will be here Tuesday. Banter and Barter. Make sure y'all here. Tap in with your boy. Kick it with us. Show love. You know what I'm saying? If you want to tap into the Cash App, do that. You know, it's much appreciated. I don't expect it, but you know, it's always love. And until then, man, I appreciate y'all. And until next time, I'll holler.